Colonel Wyatt hits the screen, got stories bold and keen. Old soldier, sharp and mean, tells truths they've never seen. Rugby lover with a roar, Africa flowing in his core. YouTube rants they can't ignore, his passion makes his heart soar. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Military mind, keen and wise, truths come out, no disguise. South African skies in his eyes, hear his voice, no surprise. Retired soldier with the fight, in the dark he brings the light. Angry rants, truths ignite, join the cause, join the ride. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Enemies knocked on his door, trolls attack, but he's more with each click. Watch him soar on the truth waves, he explodes. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Right now, don't miss the brawl.
Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Awesome song. I really like the work that was done there by one of the viewers. Thank you so much for that. That viewer gave me another song. We haven't debuted that one yet. It's kind of a country song. I'm not so sure I like it as much, but I appreciate the effort that went into it. But that one just hits on every way possible. Welcome back to the program, folks. It is Wednesday night. Yes, Wednesday. I had to think for a second there. Yeah, the days are running together. Wednesday night, the 26th of February, 2025. It's already tomorrow in Europe and Africa. It's tomorrow. People are watching from the future tonight. Well, thanks for being here, folks. Those of you who are in the future. Those of us in the past appreciate your presence here. We do realize time dilation happens as you get close to a wormhole and words come out slowly. The words come out slowly when you're near the time warp, time dilation. I know. I used to watch Andromeda. The Andromeda Ascendant was caught in the eye of a wormhole. Anyway, welcome back, folks. It's not really a wormhole. It was actually a black hole. But yeah, right on the disk of the black hole. And, you know, Captain Dylan Hunt couldn't escape. Kevin Sorbo, once a guest on this program. Anyway, Hendo is here. Welcome, Hendo. Ronell Krukam, thank you for your membership. Val Cooper, one of the OGs, Play 24 is here. Kai Holden Caulfield, Suzanne Stein. Deborah Ruthin, welcome to you. Thomas Holmes, hearty good morning to Chris and all here. You enjoy an awesome day. Thank you very much. Isabel, hello to you. And you're welcome. Yves Lombard, welcome back. Yes, you probably, Play 24, you probably tried to put in the link, but it wouldn't go because only content creators and moderators can do it. DeBaron, welcome back. How's it going there, man? How you doing, brother? What a great guy. What a great guy. To know him is to love him. All right, Terrence Leeper, Nick Groves. Speaking of know him, love him, this guy's just amazing. Nick's just what a great guy. Skulk Bodenhorst, and I don't say that just because he keeps buying people memberships. Stop that. Skulk Bodenhorst, good to see you there. Heidi Kruger, hello. Fred Baranga, Andre Nell, Willem Janssen van Rensburg, Suzette Hammen, Leslie Wust, Timmy, Carlos Puta, good to see you back again. Peter John Vust, Michelle Heath, Santel Bridges, Lawrence Abraham Grayling, Jurethra Haman, welcome back. Gideon Maloney, Junice Lawrence, Bach, Jan Sebastian, would you be? By any chance, could you be Jan Sebastian Bach? Just wondering. I like Sibelius myself. And Handel, Friedrich Handel, the water music week. I love the water music suite. Beautiful piece of music. Chris Ehlers, welcome back, Chris. Gideon Maloney, Stefan Free, LSR, Philip Camphor, JC Bota, Tertius Opperman. Thank you for the content. Your voice is already known by my whole family. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Tertius. Glad to hear that. Jacqueline Bota, welcome to you. I'm doing okay. A little tired. It's been a long day. For those you haven't seen already, I traveled to Maryland to link up with the folks from the Solidarity Movement. I met with them, had a meeting with them, interviewed them, answered some of my questions. And then I did a conversation with Kali Creel and also from the Solidarity Movement with their National Relations Officer with Jaco Kleinhans. And so that'll be coming up later or tomorrow. I'll decide when I'm going to air that one. But those two interviews, these are world exclusives, in person. No one else has done this. It's all been remote. So AfriForum in America. So I hope you enjoy that and they answer your questions. Even those of you who are angry at AfriForum, watch the video and see what you think. Georgina Olvaga, welcome to you. Etienne Ritonori. Wow, that's an interesting name. French and Italian. Ritonori. Okay. Veritas, welcome to you. Bystander. Yeah, we got 50,000 subscribers. Thank you. We're moving past that now. I appreciate it. Let's keep going to 250,000. Good morning, Vietnam. It's 06 o'clock. What does O stand for? Oh my God, it's early. Good morning, Vietnam. Yeah. Now, I used to do disc jockey stuff. You're listening to the voice of the country, WMPO, Middleport Primary, 92.1 FM, and 1390 on your AM dial. We put the class in country. Paul Fonnick, Carrick, welcome to you. Good morning, Sharon. Cece, Yaku, Mandel Schmal. Mandy Schmal, pardon me, Mandy, mispronounced it. Luis Rayner. It's funny, I needed my glasses this morning, but now my eyes are working. What's going on with that? Sarel Skuman says, good morning, ANC keeps poking USA trying to get sanctions. Yeah, I think they want sanctions. They're acting as if they do. And so that's another thing I'm going to talk about tonight is that in yesterday's foreign policy, Cyril Ramaphosa co-authored with three other co-authors, including the dude from Colombia who pissed Trump off. Remember him? And also the Prime Minister of Malaysia penned the thing attacking Israel and the United States. Just really stupid. No mention of Hamas and his terror actions. Yep. Garrett Gillage. Somerset West. Jax, welcome back, Jax. Thunder. Welcome to you. Heidi Kruger, Stefan. Okay, we're jumping ahead a little bit here. Excuse me. Amazing Yacht Destinations is back. Rolinda Engelbrecht, Tim Martens. Drunken Yoda's in from Georgia. What's going on, man? Old King Red, Hakan Engman in from the Netherlands. Wow, everybody's popping in tonight. Karen Jones, PJ Bota, LSR, well done. Thank you. On my second cup of coffee. Well, cool. You'll be rolling right out the door quickly there. Chantel Furry, welcome to Stony Steenkamp. Nick says, you should meet my hamster. Yeah, must be tired, that poor fellow. Many botas in the chat. Yeah, it's a bota night. It's a bota night. Stefan, the pale African. Dude, you need some sun. You are pigmentationally challenged. Arnie Tennyson, good morning from the future. Way too early for discussions on time dilation. But time does seem to be moving a lot slower. Waiting for President Trump's update. Oh, that's a good one, Arnie. That's a good one. Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper. It's not a tumor. It's a tumor. It's not a tumor. Boys have penis, girls have vaginas. Oh, dear God. Oh, that one never stops. That never stops. Okay. It's kind of like this one, folks. This is precious. I mean, boy, I had this. If this is my kid, I would have done this in a Hollywood video production. I would have done something to make this thing just incredible. I mean, this one is just awesome. Here, this is adorable. This child, I love this.
A fucking goat outside.
It's just a goat.
No, it's a fucking goat.
Oh, dear God. That will never stop being funny. Dunny Fundenberg, welcome to you. Morning, Wyatt Army, and evening to the leader. Thank you. Solomon Crocodile, welcome back. Francois Reiniers, good morning. Thank you for the free membership. Francois, it wasn't for me. It was someone else who donated. You're very welcome. I'm not sure who it was. It's done by random. YouTube picks the people who get it. So, but somebody paid for it. I mean, we've had people paying for a lot of memberships. We have over 700 members right now. I'm going to have to do a member stream only. Maybe Friday. I've been contemplating that, so we'll see. But you're very welcome. Most people don't realize the time difference. A lot of people think I'm South African. How do you possibly get that as South African? Seriously. First off, I'm not English. I have my teeth. These are all my teeth, so I'm not English. Ooh. I don't think anybody in the UK is here tonight, except Hendo. And he's not English, so that he doesn't offend him. And I'm clearly not South African. Do I sound South African? No. Anyway, but a lot of people actually think that. Appreciate you, sir. I know it takes toll. It does. Twice a day doing this, plus today. How many videos have I done today? Some take a lot more effort than others. Let's see. So today is the 26th. I did the 50,000 subscriber video. Went out this morning, out near the local park, filmed that one. My tripod, filmed it, came back, edited it, loaded it up. Wasn't much editing. Then I did the campaign for free expression. I saw that clip and I'm like, we can't let this pass. Had to edit that, put the lady stuff in there. Then when I was on the road waiting for the Solidarity folks, because they got stuck in really bad traffic. I got stuck in traffic going down. They got stuck in traffic coming up. Theirs was worse. They were an hour later than we anticipated them arriving because the traffic was that bad. But that's DC. It's horrible. So I kind of figured it might be late. So I spent time working on my next article about the U.S. sanctioning South Africa. It's my next published article. I've got to edit a bit more tonight and maybe send it out for publication soon. And then I did the interview and the meeting with the Solidarity or the Solidarity guys. I'm back here now doing this. I was editing a next interview before I went live. I'll probably finish that before I go to bed. I'll get up. I'm being interviewed by Biz News tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So that should appear later in the day, in the evening in South Africa on Biz News, an interview with me, with Chris Sten. And then I have the gentleman responsible for the Social Research Foundation poll that says the ANC has slipped from 40 to 32%, and MK and EFF have also declined. So he'll be on talking about the methodology of that poll. And then after that, I've got the news. And then after that, I can catch my breath, perhaps. Thank you for recognizing that. I really do appreciate it, Francois. Not everybody recognized that. Monman, welcome to you. What have I missed here? Jumping ahead. Neil Diamond condemned AfriForum and saying South African government is trying to repair relations with the U.S. I didn't see that. Columbia, South America, or the District of Columbia? District of Columbia, Holden. Schmal is my German surname. Okay, well, Schmal means small, tiny. You know, Klein is small, but Schmal is a euphemism, or not euphemism, a colloquialism. Peter Talliard, welcome to you. Love him. Okay. Cyril's poking the bear. Yep. Yeah, he's trying to take you back to the Stone Age. It's crazy. Blade Wolf, judge blocks President Trump's order to pause. Yeah, well, guess what, Blade Wolf? Update, that's been unblocked. Yeah, I told you it's going to be back and forth, appeal, back and forth, decisions, different judges intervening. So we have an update on that coming up shortly. And yeah, so we'll get back to that. Rion332, Istafak, welcome to you. Had a guy on X say that AfriForum Solidarity guys should be arrested on arrival in South Africa. Well, that's because whoever said that's a moron. Whoever said that's a moron. Anyone noticed the Daily Maverick going in overdrive with the race baiting? I have not looked at Daily Maverick in a day or two. Thank you for speaking to Kali. I, for one, have a better understanding now what's going on. Well, that's the intent, Ilza. I'm not here to promote AfriForum. I'm not here to condemn them. I'm here to report the news, analyze it, ask the pertinent questions that I think are necessary for people to understand. In your interview, you only referred to Afrikaners. Please note English-speaking whites are in the same boat, but no mention at all about the Afrikaners. Well, LSR, I was talking to AfriForum. I talk about everyone else all the time on this program. If I met with the Basotho Culture Organization, I wouldn't be asking them about the Portuguese in South Africa. I'd be asking them about the Basotho. I was talking to a group that represents its members who are Afrikaners. Hence the reason I talk to them. So I'm not really sure what your beef is there. All right, that's, not really sure what you're upset about. Tiger Valley, welcome to Tiger Bag. Gina Mulman's back. Stony Steenkamp, Colonel, what will happen to Afrikaners at 4 years refugee status and other government takeover? Oh, dear God, Stony, I've only answered this 6,437 times. Nothing. Your status cannot be revoked by a political change. The only thing that could possibly change your status is you committed a serious crime, you defrauded the government on your refugee application and lied to them, misled them. You apply for citizenship, get it, and you defraud us on your citizenship, like people accuse Ilhan Omar of doing, then you will be stripped of that and you will be sent back. Possibly. That's it. It doesn't matter. Again, no one goes home. No one goes home. Refugees never frickin' leave. They never leave. Never. The Liberians are still here 35 years later. 35 years later, they're still here. They've been here since 1990 on a 3-year tour. Just sit right back and hear a tale of the refugees from a tiny little country in West Africa, you see. The Liberians came here, not on boats but planes, for a 3-year tour, a 3-year tour. Now, 35 years later, they're still sitting their bums with us, never leaving the United States and complaining we don't give enough. For a 3-year tour, a 3-year tour. Nobody leaves, man. They don't frickin' leave. No one leaves. You're supposed to leave when the threat is gone. There's no threat in Liberia. There's no civil war. There hasn't been a civil war since 2003. I lived in Liberia from 2007 to 2008. Fingers, toes, appendages. Got them all. Never robbed, never shot, never stabbed. Never involved in a civil conflict. Refugees do not leave. They're granted refugee status because we're generous, but then they eventually become immigrants. Does that make sense? Anyway, hey Patrick, how's it going there, man? Stony, did I answer your question? Hope I did. Nothing can happen. Nothing's gonna happen. Relax. Don't listen to people who don't know what you're talking about. I want someone to tell me a group of refugees who came here from Haiti, Cuba, Venezuela, Afghanistan, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Cuba. You tell me, which of these refugees came here and got sent home? Liberia? Nope. Sudan? Nope. Kenya? Nope. Somalia? Nope. That's why Minnesota's full of Somalis. They won't go home. Good morning. Everyone's sanctions will suit the ANC as they can go beg for more from other countries. Well, the only place they might get is from the Europeans who are just trying to stick Trump in the eye. But the Europeans are flirting with disaster here. No, I haven't invited Miss Fritz on. I don't know her. So. Holden Caulfield says, members only sounds like a paywall. Well, too bad, Holden, if you don't like that. People pay for something. Now, most of those people just want to support the channel. They deserve something. So, sorry if that you don't like that, Holden, but it's just how it is. Just how it is. That's my prerogative. People deserve something for being members. That generates revenue for this channel that doesn't come in otherwise, so it's not unfair. But what we typically do for members only chat is we let everybody watch it, but only members can chat. And then usually, like Ronaldo used to do, I don't know if he still does it, at some point we ask, do the members mind? I kind of do an informal poll, and they say don't mind. We let everybody else in the chat. Ursula Windsor, welcome to you. But you might as well be American immigrants. What? Huh? But you might as well be an American immigrant. Who might be? What are you talking about, Tiger? That doesn't sound good. Some congestion there. You don't speak South African, but you talk like a South African. Really? Okay, that's interesting, Thunder. I think I talk more like an American, but I'll take your word for that. Dave Ranke's back. Brother, where you been, man? Johannes Opperman. February 25 will be known as the month that the Afrikaners gave ANC chest pains. Yeah. Donald Trump gave him chest pains. Oh, look, Kali didn't hold back. He didn't hold back. And same with Yaku. When you hear Yaku's incredible interview. I'm telling you, got to come back and watch Yaku's interview after I post it. Wow, you're going to be like, whoa, he knocked the socks off. The Prodigy, welcome to you. Francois has been watching for a while, and you are more truthful and honest than our local media. Saudi actually has their own agenda and do not speak on my behalf. Well, that's fine, Francois. You, of course, everyone has an agenda. My agenda is to educate the world. And sing with Steve Hofmeyer. Oh, dear God. Anyway, don't worry, Colonel. You can protcock. Yeah, I can protcock, that's for sure. Joe Krieger, welcome to you. Where did I miss Dave Ranke at? I saw him there. There he is. The news just never stops. Eh? Yeah, no kid. What's with the Epstein files? Did it come out? Is Clinton on there? Of course he is. Alan Coates, welcome to you. I think they're already leaving the USA. Oh, really? You talking about the elites? Maybe that's why Ellen DeGeneres is in the UK. Maybe she was at white parties with P. Diddy. Isn't that racist, the white parties? Yvonne Farrell, welcome you. Neil Diamond's interview was with Propaganda Newsroom Africa entitled AfriForum U.S. Visit Warriors Chamber of Commerce. Okay, well, I'll have to watch that, Solomon. Thank you for the heads up on that. The deterioration of basic service is intentional. It's a way of being equality. Yeah, lowering the standards so that everybody suffers. Yep. Pam Bodney just said they'll be releasing the Epstein list. Oh, baby, there's a super chat. Sean Nadia, thank you for the 50 Rand super chat. Almost thought that said 500. Thank you so much for that. Yes, Holden Caulfield, I believe she is, but I have no evidence of that. Yeah, Pam Bondi, that'll be exciting. Look, I don't really care about the Epstein list, but I just love how it's giving chest palpitation to the left. Oh, yeah, and all the bigwigs. Can't wait for the Tucker Aronson interview. A lot of people, I talked to the AfriForum guys and the Solidarity guys about that tonight. You think it may rock the boat? We'll see. It may rock the boat with South Africa, but I don't think it's going to rock the boat with Solidarity or AfriForum. I didn't get that impression tonight. But time will tell. We'll have to wait and see. Junkin Yoda, 100% facts. Problem is not lifting up and creating organizations like Forum, also being self-sustainable like Orania. I'm half South African English, Afrikaans. Keep telling English to do it. Huh? Bushveld Bot, welcome to you. Peter Liebenberg, Vicky Pocket, Mickey Dangerous, thinking about basic service and cheapest. Shawnee Grows in from Minnesota. Yeah, it's good to have some Americans here in the chat. Nice to see you there. Good to see you, Shawnee. Welcome to you. Stony Steenkamp, thanks, Colonel, for your sponsor. Appreciate. You're welcome, Stony. Appreciate it. Also appreciate the fact you didn't get angry because you thought I was yelling at you, because I wasn't. Just making the point. No one ever goes back, brother. They don't go back. And it causes problems for us. The Liberian community came here, tens of thousands of them. A lot of them did very well because it was the elite who came here for the most part. And some of them, of course, had relations that go back to when their ancestors left for Liberia, a century and a half ago or thereabouts. But they come here, they get jobs, they make lots of money, and then they form lobby groups. They lobby, just like AfriForum does. They lobby our congressmen and congresswomen to get money for Liberia, and they hoodwink them into doing it. And then they stay here. They never go back. And they're like, America must fix Liberia. Why? It's not our mess. You all went there and you colonized it. We didn't. American government never colonized Liberia. Former Americans went there and colonized it. And they had no formal ties to the United States. None whatsoever. But people always act like it's an American colony. Trust me, it's not. The Liberians think they're Americans. They're not. Most Americans have no idea where Liberia is at, and we really care less. But are those Liberians? No, they're not citizens, Tiger. Almost none of them became citizens. They just stay here for 35 years as Liberians. Yes, they because the Congress keeps extending their special status. It's an unusual case because people think Liberia belongs to America. If they're a U.S. citizen, they have right to stay. They're not U.S. citizens, Tiger. Well, if they're U.S. citizens, they have right to stay in the country permanently because the country naturalized in the United States. So, yeah, sorry, itch in there. Okay. But most of them to come. Look, I've spoken at the Liberian Association. Liberian American Association in Chicago, and again in New York at what's the university there? Drawing a blank. Billions. Carl Sagan. Where did Carl Sagan work at? Anyway, they're in New York. Anyway, love your lullaby. Please make it into a song. America should be called Rainbow Nation. No. 75% European extraction, and it was 89 50 years ago. A friend of mine went to the USA from Colombia as a child and is now a citizen. His own house in Florida and family. He went over at 6 and is now 36, so people must relax. Yep. Ronaldo, do members only stream on Saturday afternoon? There you go. Marissa, welcome to you. Pierre Rousseau, not going to be here long. Well, thanks for popping in, Pierre. That kid from Cuba got sent back even though they violated the judge's order. What was his name? Yeah, that was the whole crooked deal. That was during Obama's time. What was that kid? But that was a parental rights thing. That wasn't an immigration thing. That was a parental rights thing. Thank you, Vicky. Yeah, what is that kid's name? Cuban kid. Marisol was his sister's name. Elian Gonzalez. That was during Bush's time, Elian Gonzalez. Yep. Cuban engineer and politician. He was at the center of a high-profile custody dispute. Yep. In November, it was 89? Was it that time? He's 31 years old now. So, He's a member of the National Assembly of the People's Power. Huh. So he's in government. He was born to divorced parents in 1993. They got divorced in 91. They're still knocking boots when he was born. Anyway, I went to Florida in 99. Okay, custody dispute. And then he was drugged back there. And, the gun. Unbelievable. Returned to his father's custody in Cuba. Life in Cuba. College and political career. Yeah, he was nominated for Municipal Assembly of Cartagenas to run as his candidate for the National Assembly in 2023. He was elected unopposed. Yeah, so he is in politics in Cuba. Ilhan Omar. And his sister was Maricel. Never forget that. Maricel. Yep. Was her name. But I don't see her name mentioned anywhere here. She was all crying and everything. All right. That kid from Cuba. It was a long time ago. Just watched the interview with Kali, and I will admit I was wrong about a forum, the power of mainstream media. I've learned a lesson. Thanks. You're welcome, South African with a phone, but some people watch it and they're still not convinced. That's your prerogative. I would suggest that when I put up the interview with the Solidarity Foreign International Relations Officer, that's Jaco Kleinhans, that you watch that as well. How's your evening so far? And good morning to all. Well, Bram, it's okay. Thank you. They're releasing the Epstein file today. Okay. All right. Thank you, Dave. Well, in a few hours, it's 11:30. They're going to do it at 2 o'clock in the morning? That's the problem. Everyone promoting this like it's the Afrikaners suffering the most. English-speaking whites. No, they're not. No, they're not, LSR. That's your impression. That was never stated. In fact, in my interview with Kali, if I remember correctly, certainly with Jaco, I mentioned a point. Maybe it's with Jaco. I was just editing that, so it's fresh in my mind. I talk about, all these problems as sanctions come. It doesn't hurt just Afrikaners. It hurts all South Africans. Black, white, and brown. And Jaco says, yes, all South Africans are harmed by this nonsense. So, you're hearing what you want to hear, okay? And that's your prerogative, brother. You're welcome to hear what you want to hear. You can accuse me of the same thing. Michael Byrne, hello to you. Peter van der Westhuizen, good morning. Really appreciate your unbiased feedback. Well, you're welcome. Saw so many of my posts on X talking trash. It kind of just reminded me of a quote from Plato, which said, no man is hated more than he who speaks truth. Tainted the truth. My video earlier just got spammed. The one I did about Cyril trying to get sanctions. I just got attacked by some troll over and over again. The lies. And he's like, what did he say? He said, the lies you tell, claiming genocide. When the hell did I claim genocide? I've never claimed genocide. What a crock of shit. Just a typical black supremacist, leftist, racist, socialist, scumbag, hate-wanking dipshit who watches my face and goes, oh, he's white. Must be a racist. Must be a supremacist. These people are dumber than a box of rocks. I mean, a box of rocks would be insulted by that comment. What a moron. And they do that because they're morons. They sit around and they cut the blood flow off to their brain. You know why? Because they got a grip on their member. Okay. Release your hand. Let the blood flow. Oh, you feel that blood coming back to this head? This head, not down there, up here. Ooh. Now you can think. You may not be able to reason, but you can think. Okay. Mainstream media falling over each other and clamoring to stay relevant and spread more lies. It is amusing, except that people are watching it. That's what's not amusing. Yep. Well, Zachariah Joubert, it's a good question. Why haven't English-speaking South Africans started an AfriForum-like organization? Mostly because they're fragmented. They're extremely fragmented. They're either married into Afrikaans families or they're exclusively posh English. Oh, that's right. We're having tea and crumpets in Grahamstown. Nigel, could you get the wash? Yes. Oh, no, you'll have a girl do that. Yes. We're having blood pie and kidney. All right, don't take offense if you're an English-speaking South African. That was an Englishman, not English-speaking South African. All right, we just want to get a safe, normal country. Oh, I understand that. The comment on English South Africa, I'm learning to reading. Many complain about services, but never picked up and created an English AfriForum. Okay, Patrick, I think that someone was making that point a few moments ago. Need more information on the tariffs South Africa want to impose on Google. If they're not tariffs, they want to fine them, and it ain't going to happen. It's $25 million total. Well, they want censorship because they're failing media and they're failing narrative. You know, it's a business. If you go there, BBC pays for placement when news. You go back 2 or 3 years ago, I would do a search for news. All kinds. The Seychelles news service would come up. They never come. I do a search. Let's see. Okay, I hope I'm wrong here, but let's just try this. I'm gonna go to Google, okay, and I'm going to do this Seychelles news service. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, you guys ready for this? All right, get ready for this. Okay, I want to go to news. News. Where's the news? There's news. Okay, news. I'm gonna put Seychelles, and let's see if any Seychelles official. Seychelles. Let's see if anything comes up. Thank you for your subscription, Reinhold Steenkamp. Okay. Not one Seychelles news service. Nope. Not one. The Conversation, the WHO, the U.S. Navy, Hilton Hotels, a television station in America, UNDP. Not one mention from the UN. Now, there's a Seychelles. Let me see. Let me see. So you just don't find it anymore. It gets hidden. Seychelles News Agency. Okay. All right. So this used to come up every time in a search. I used to rely on this because it's a pretty good news service. Seychelles News Service. So I'd find stories on the Seychelles and I report on the Seychelles periodically. It's a bit slow because they don't have great internet there. But if it ever loads, there you go. So there you go. Young Entrepreneurs Fair plan in the Seychelles for 2025. But none of that shows up anymore. The Seychelles News Agency doesn't have the money to pay Google to wind up in the search results, so they're not there. Koos Becker has the money to promote Propaganda 24. It's up to him if he doesn't. I said minorities, bud. I forgot what you said earlier. Nick says Neil Diamond isn't exactly popular anymore, but it was critical to interview him. I think it was. We discovered something very important. What did we discover in that interview? The whole interview, no matter what, whether you like Neil Diamond or not, isn't germane. But the one thing we definitely learned, remember the early days, 5,000 were reported in the press, then 10,000 to 17,000 people expressed interest through the South African Chamber of Commerce, and then radio silence. In that interview, he admitted and said that they were asked not to share the information. That was groundbreaking. That was a scoop. No one else knew that. Green Thumb, welcome to you. Caught 2 poachers last night. Okay, I hope that they left without their sheepskin. It's mentioned to Colin. Yes, you said. Oh, yep. No good deed goes unpunished. Okay. My son is a baby and he's not married. We would have to get married so that there won't be problems. Would he have to be married? No, but he would have to have the partner agree to let him take the child. Gareth McCarthy, thank you for the 35 Rand super chat. You can't take a child out of the country, that's the norm anywhere, without written approval from the other parent, whether you're married or not. Okay. According to Evan Glupter, well, that's news then because it was just unblocked an hour ago. So I don't know, maybe something new came out. They're playing games. I would lose no sleep over it. And it doesn't affect the South African thing anyway. It's all because white South African also they can go. Well, there is a genocide happening in South Africa. That's damn sure. All of us 80 murders a day. Well, South Africans, but I don't think people are trying to wipe out South Africans. You need that intent for that. Surprised at the deafening silence from my community. Once the blacks are done with the whites, they're coming after other minorities. Oh, Veritas, scary. Yeah, you're right. The color community is silent. The Indian community is largely silent, except those coming here and saying, "What about me?" That can't be the dumb. They have no, no Neanderthal DNA. If you watch my interview with Kali, you'll see me mention being Neanderthal and being treated like a dog. So if you've been watching the news, you know what that's about. Everyone's suffering South Africa. Yes, and that's what I said. Yep. Yes, most whites are intermixed. Exactly, Tiger. I refuse to watch any South African news due to the fact it's all lies. Well, I agree. Mostly. ANC's too late. They still have to pay a lot to Russia. What's that about? Okay. It's funny how South Africa thinks they have any authority to find Google, Facebook. Exactly. So what are they going to do? They can't operate in South Africa? Well, there go 3,000 jobs. There go all the servers. And there go all the content creators that Gate McKenzie's like, well, they should be paid the same as all content creators. Dude, your ad revenue only generates 1/8. Let me tell you something. If the amount of views I'm getting from South African people watching my ads, thank you, by the way, very much appreciated. If those were Americans or Brits watching, oh, I would be rolling into cash. I'd be like, excuse me, Carlton, I'd like a mint julep, please. Could you bring that over here? Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, just raking it in from that ad revenue. But I only get 1/8. For every 8 cents I make in America, I make 1 cent for South African views for the same number of views. And Gate McKenzie thinks that the South African content creators should be paid the same. Problem is that you don't generate the same revenue that British, American content creators generate from advertising in those lands. So anyway, crime creates poverty, not the other way around. Correct. Poverty is not the reason there's crime. Poor people are always poor, and they're not criminals. Some are, but the criminals aren't poor because they've got your money, your jewelry, your clothing, your car. They got everything. What do you think the ANC is doing the whole social media money grab with the hopes they pull out of South Africa? They don't know. They just don't have any money. They have no money. Notice this comes out after the budget was scuppered. So they can't raise the VAT by 2% because it hits black South Africans badly. And they can't raise the taxes, so they don't have the money. They're trying to figure out how to get the money. Tehran won't give them any more money. Besides, it wasn't for the government. That was for the ANC. Russia's not giving South Africa any money. China's not giving South Africa any money. Saudi Arabia's not giving South. Well, that BRICS is going to save us. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Latest news going on in South Africa: sanctions to blame for load shedding. First off, there are no sanctions. That's dumb as hell. Second, we all know what load shedding is blamed on. Take care, Joe Kruger. You guys do realize that they're not planning to sue Facebook with Meta. That includes WhatsApp. Yeah, Marissa. And your point? We English-speaking South Africans join effort form in solidarity. We are mixed. Exactly, G. McCarthy. Thank you for the 35 rand once again. Or Garth McCarthy. Excuse me, Garth. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to be an Afrikaner to join effort form. I mean, I could join it, but that's inappropriate. I couldn't accurately cover it if I joined it. $5 million can also buy a golden ticket. Well, apparently it can. Trump is selling access to America. That's better than Biden. He sold it for his own pocket, not for the American Treasury. They're angry because Elon doesn't want Cyril as a B partner. That be true. Took that away from that. Don't blame them, as they need to keep good relationship with the South African government. Carl Cronier, evening Colonel, was crazy busy last few nights. If discussed, I'm sorry, but wow, I'm happy about Dan Bongino. Congrats, 50,000. Well, thank you for that. I'm agnostic on Dan Bongino. We'll see how it goes. My ISP told me they don't allow VPN. Really? Yahoo suddenly tell me that I can't have an ad blocker on my email. Guess what? I've got an ad blocker on my email. They're telling me it violates the terms of service. Well, they haven't given me updated terms of service since I signed it with GeoCities. That's where that account came from. Pierre says, woof, woof. Good morning, fellow Neanderthals. Thanks for all the info and hard work. Had to laugh about the English jokes, starting my day with a giggle. All right. Hopefully the English speakers didn't take offense. South African media do not like it when Africa for Solidarity declined to share information with whom they spoke. Yeah, well, it's not fun when you don't know, is it? Well, some people know. Some journalists know who they talk to. If you don't treat them like shit and you're objective, you might find something out. Did you see the venom of that TV presenter who interviewed Kali Creel? I saw the beginning of that earlier. So tell us, Kali, why are you in America? What are you up to? And what did you discuss? And who did you discuss it? What secrets did you let them know? So I went on the video and I said, they gave them the nuclear codes. They gave the Americans the nuclear codes. Oh, dear God. The Indian community arrested murder was out of power for 2 weeks. Wow, that's crazy. There goes Windows. Microsoft is a U.S. company. There goes Google. There goes WhatsApp. There goes Facebook. These people are dumb as a box of rocks. That's an insult to rocks. South Africa has all the problems under the sun except for genocide. It really makes me mad when people throw that word around like it's nothing. Well, Chronic, I get you. And I got some moron, some hate-wanking, blood-deprived to his cranium moron spamming my video, claiming I said that. Never said it. I have said there's a cultural genocide. Yeah, there's an attempt to exterminate a culture. That's a fact. That's a fact, Jack, but not exterminate a people. That's ridiculous. Proton VPN is free. Just change your IP. Well, I don't use Proton. I use Norden. Okay, Solomon Crocodile. I should find Google last year. World War II, was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. There was genocide committed in World War II, but the war wasn't genocide. Thank you, Rulinda Engelbrecht. Okay, crocodiles are hungry. Maybe some poacher for dessert. Mensa. Hope everyone is good this fine, powerless morning. I still react 5 years later. Core survival. Okay. Good morning, Kevin Ziller. Welcome to Green Thumb. Dave Renke. Always use VPN, he says. Well, VPN, I can't broadcast. It doesn't work. It's too slow. Matthew's 29. Oh, there's another 35 Rand super chat. Thank you for that, Veritas. Okay, Dara D is back. Okay, Chris, if you want to read a good book on Amazon, Board Identity by Beats. I think I have that one. Charles Van Onselen says, Michael Brown, we might drag the ANC out of socialism, but we will not manage to drag socialism out of the ANC. Yeah, and you use Norton. I use Norden, not Norton. It is Norden, right? Nord. I use NordVPN. Nord. Whoops, that's my video I'm editing. Sorry. NordVPN. She wanted to scold him. There you go, Africorum, doubling down. aka the news journalist you spoke about. You could almost feel, you can't, just dripping. Ew. What did you reveal to them? The nuclear codes. I can just see it already. How did they get the nuclear codes? We don't have nuclear weapons. Then how did they get the codes? It's a fucking goat. Nah, baby, it's just a goat. No, it's a fucking goat. Well, they don't know the definition of treason. Let's get a definition of treason. T-R-E. Now, it's different by country. We have a very clear definition here. A crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government. The action of betraying someone or something. The crime of murdering someone whom the murderer owed allegiance to, such as a master or husband. None of those apply here. AfriForum is not attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government. They have no intention of doing that. They have not betrayed someone. Nope. And they have not tried to murder someone or whom they owed allegiance to. Nope. There is no treason here. These are not the droids you're looking for. South African journalists stress, the heat is on. Yeah. Which surname is the most subscribers? I have no idea. Where's your email? I got distracted when you gave it. Bram, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. One of my mods got the email there, please. Cracker Barrel Kiss. Hilarious how the government admits how bad their policies are by saying bringing awareness to these policies are treason. Exactly. So put me in the docket. You're accused of treason against the people of South Africa. How do you plead? Not guilty. How dare you plead not guilty? But you committed treason. Now, how did I do that? You told the Americans that we don't have service. Well, yeah. There's no lights. There's no sewage. There's no water. There's no postal service. There's no fuel at OR Tambo to fly. Was that a secret? It's in the media. Everybody can read IOL, Times Live, Daily Maverick, News 24. Yeah, we call it the truth. They call it treason. Yep. Okay, Pierre Rousseau, have a good one. More. More. How do you like it? You saw Roberta Flack died. Wow, it's sad. Colonel has good sense of humor. Thank you, Sean Nadir. The traitors of the DA who sold out their voters for a few seats in the gravy train and a blue light convoy for Steenhuisen. Ouch! Ouch, Alexander. That wounds them. Charles doesn't like the dentist. I don't mind the dentist. My dentist is super cool. My dentist is an African American who is as white as me. Imagine that. His grandma is Ghanaian. The dude is as white as me. Goes back to Ghana, and the Ghanans be talking smack. Hey, what's it doing at the table here? And his grandmother says, shut up. That's our cousin. That's my grandson. And they're all like, what the hell? He's white. True story, ladies and gentlemen. He watches this program. I don't know if he's still watching it. He wasn't my dentist when I was in the Army, but after I got out of the Army, I need a dentist. He's just down the road and pretty good dentist at that. Hey, dude is white, and he's married to a lady from Taiwan. His kids are adorable, wonderful, very smart. Smart as a tack, those kids are. You know, I might go by the dentist just to say hi. You know, I don't mind my dentist at all. He got great care. Yeah, so I like my dentist. Killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly. Daily Dispatch reporting land grabs East London farm. Yeah, exactly. They're 10 days late, Monray Seabrits. Apparently, there's an update. Willem Petzer apparently discovered that the ANC is somehow involved. Oh, shocker. Say it ain't so. Trump ends U.S. initiative to boost electricity across Africa. Bloomberg News reports this was blamed for... Okay, well, first off, okay, let's see what Bloomberg says. The initiative for electricity across Africa has nothing to do with producing electricity in South Africa. It's called Power Africa. Obama created it, and it's just a middleman. So Bloomberg... Trump ends U.S. initiative to boost electricity in Africa. Yep, well, of course this was coming, but these people are idiots. Initiative by the United States to increase electricity supply in Africa has been dismantled after more than a decade of work. Almost all of Power Africa's programs have been listed for termination, the majority of its staff fired. Some remaining programs, particularly those aimed at connecting projects with U.S. companies, may be retained by other U.S. agencies. The Power Africa initiative was launched in 2013 by Barack Obama. What did I just tell you? Aims to bring electricity to tens of millions of households. Each program is undergoing review. Power Africa was operated on the U.S. government's relief provider, USAID. And what they don't tell you is that they don't produce electricity. They take credit for it. They take credit for it. All they do is, and I talked about this earlier, they facilitate things. So when I talked about Eskom on one of my previous videos and the load shedding, the reason Eskom doesn't have load shedding before recently for a period of time is because 6 gigawatts of power has been removed from the grid by people producing solar, wind power, whatever, at home. So 3 gigawatts of that power was financed or facilitated by USAID through Power Africa. But these projects aren't things that, you have a blackout now. There's not a project that's being worked on. It's been stopped. It's stupid. And it's not money that goes to the government. It goes to the private sector to produce power. And it's our money, not yours. Africa should electrify itself. We've given you $1 trillion over the past 60 years. Africa. Here's the thing. Power Africa were just middlemen. Ever since he created, it's a bullshit program. I mean, it does accomplish things. It breaks down barriers. It puts the power of the U.S. government behind negotiations, which is actually helpful. But it's not like Power Africa builds power plants or puts power lines. They don't do any of that. They just facilitate. They put people together, okay? Talk it out. $2.3 billion. 1,500 miles transmission lines. 6 gigawatt power plant. Natural gas fired. Botswana. All right. We'll find you the money. World Bank, IMF, African Development Bank. Okay, here you go. Here's the money. All right, kiss, make up. All right, go make it happen. That's what they do. They're just middlemen. They're brokers. Jane Smith, good day to you. Madeline Ferre, welcome to you. Not to harp on it, but the institutionalized discrimination and oppression of indigenous white South Africans remains a harsh daily reality. Well, you are harping on it, and it's not really helping, but thank you for sharing. How much power is consumed at the Utah Data Collection Center? I don't know. How much? How much is consumed in Austin, Texas? How much is consumed in Mountain View, California? Probably quite a bit. Heard the only way you can get ANC voters to pay taxes is to increase VAT. Exactly. That's exactly right. 294 people currently, 194 likes. It's a small audience tonight, but we love you just the same. Didn't we used to have goals we needed to reach for indoor plumbing and electricity? Yes. Charmaine Peacock, hello. None of the U.S. initiatives were ever credited or thanked for support. Many of the programs I knew. Exactly, Blade Wolf. In fact, when I told people about this, thank you, Ben Molish. When I told people about this in that most recent SCOM video that I did, people were like, what? Power Africa, what's that? And I said, you have 6 gigawatts of off-grid power, 3 of which are courtesy of the U.S. government facilitating and making the deals happen because no one else was doing it. So that's the role. So now the U.S. is not there facilitating deals. They haven't stopped the production of electricity. They haven't stopped funding electricity. They're just not facilitating deals for other people. They weren't funding it anyway. Used to be able to find Power Africa, but everything on USAID is gone. Their website's it's dead. Let me just look Power Africa. Okay, there we go. Power Africa. I bet it won't work. Yeah. Let me show you. This is what happens to USAID websites. Power Africa, about us. Boom. No, not found on this server. Wow. USAID, gone. Look at that. So here is the African Development Bank. Let's see what they've got to say about it. Power Africa is the new 5-year American presidential initiative launched by President Obama in Tanzania during his tour in 2013. The initiative aims at supporting economic growth and development by increasing access to reliable, affordable, sustainable power. It's designated as a multi-stakeholder partnership among governments of the United States, Tanzania, Kenya, Ethiopia, Ghana, Nigeria, and Liberia, not South Africa. The African Development Bank has been a key partner in the design of the initiative and will continue during its implementation. The United States, through its development agency, USAID, has close collaboration with them, have taken lead in shaping a list of priority power transactions across the 6 main focus countries. The African Development Bank expects to allocate $3 billion over the next 5 years, right? And that'll leverage at least 4 times more investment in the energy sector. The billions of dollars available for investment in the energy sector will translate into actual bulbs in people's homes. The main financial source of the bank's assistance in the energy sector is the African Development Fund. So the U.S. government is not even funding Power Africa, which is what I told you. So let's see what else. MCC and Power Africa, Millennium Challenge Corporation. Power Africa, let's see what the White House. This might be moribund now because it's, oh, here you go. So according to the International Energy Agency, it will require more than $300 billion investment by the year 2030. Power Africa, okay, they'll commit $7 billion in financial support over the next 5 years to this effort through the Millennium Challenge Corporation, U.S. Export-Import Bank, Overseas Private Investment Corporation, U.S. Agency for International Development, the offices of U.S. Trade and Development Agency, the African Development Foundation, OPIC, USAID. Will leverage $9 billion in private sector commitments from General Electric, Hears, Symbian, Aldwych, Harith, Husk, and the African Finance Corporation. So it will build capacity of project delivery, but not put in electricity, transparent natural resource management, and help attract investment. So they didn't build anything. They didn't produce any power. They facilitated the production of it. We have to talk. The email is still a no, and now I made sure not to miss anything. Huh? I don't know what you're saying. I don't imagine Matthew Dixon have anything to do with the Visa lottery. I mean, why would people be applying for the Visa lottery if they got that kind of money? Okay. Johan Rudolph, good morning to you. Has the federal court just blocked this refugee program? Which refugee program, LSR? You got to be specific. Gosh, what's these rumors, man? So this was published tonight at 9:51. Supreme Court delays deadline for Trump administration to pay $1.9 billion in foreign aid. That's not the refugee program. That was a decision from the court. Supreme Court has temporarily delayed a court-mandated deadline requiring them to pay $2 billion in contracted aid organizations for work already completed. Chief Justice Roberts, in an order Wednesday night, has stayed the lower court order that the administration pay out $1.9 billion by midnight. In his order, Roberts asked the aid groups that sued the Trump administration to provide a response by noon Friday, which the court will then decide the next steps. So that's already been put in abeyance. So let's see. Hang on. So Trump. Oh, come on. That's not what I want. Trump. Refi. That's from yesterday. There's no news. It's yesterday. There's no news here. 1 day ago. 24 hours ago. 1 day ago. No, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Oh, God bless it. Pinch it right here. Well, they shut down the servers, Blade. That's the problem. They didn't remove the webpage. The webpage are there. They're sitting on a server, but you can't access the server because it's shut down. Okay. South Africa should have spent the money making factories specifically for African resources. Yeah, I would agree. It's helping because it retains the focus why we bother to be here. I'm not here to bitch about poor services. Run service to trouble. Why am I here? You want to start arguing with me? No, there's nothing. There's no court. Let me go to Google News. It would be a top news item if it's there. Let's see. No, it's just about pausing the aid. There's nothing here about refugees. Where are you guys hearing this from? Or are you just trolling? Trying to block the block to unblock the block or something. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. I really hope the ANC and FF push for wealth tax. There are no real white billionaires left in South Africa. It's all going to come out of the pockets of black man's capital. Another YouTuber has just posted a video 2 hours ago saying that the federal court has blocked something to do with the South African refugee program. Well, there's no news on it, LSR, so what's the person's source? What's the source? South Africa, the refugee. Nope. 15 days ago, 19 days ago, nothing. Let's just go to straight Google and see what that comes out with. I don't want Google News, I want Google. Okay, come on. Copy. Who's this YouTuber? I'm not. Look, I'm spreading rumors, bullshit. There's nothing. 2 days ago, 5 days ago, 2 weeks ago. Nothing here. Is it on Twitter? I mean, look, I'm entertaining stupid stuff here because you're not telling me where it's at. So. Well, nope. February 16th. August 1st, 2023. Nope. There's nothing, guys. There's nothing. I don't know where you're getting this from. No, there's nothing there. I've already said this a dozen times. The order that was issued yesterday was about the refugee program frozen on January 20th. It's got nothing to do with South Africa. Fine, go watch Evan Galopter. There's no evidence of this. If he's got something, then he must have secret inside information from Louisiana. I know, Charmaine, I made it clear, but LSR wants us here and complain and tell me that I'm not. That Evan Galopter said it. Obviously, he didn't. Not going to tolerate this much longer. So, speaking of trolling, this one's funny. Cape Town mayor responds to Elon Musk's comment about Cape Town being a beautiful theme park. Well, Darty, that's just the nature of people. They run out and spread information, bullshit. So, there you go. Cape Town Mayor Jordan Hill Lewis responded to a Twitter post by South African-born billionaire Elon Musk, who dubbed Cape Town a beautiful theme park. Ex-user, the little tiny Naomi Seipt from Germany, apparently is in the in crowd because she puts at Elon Musk in her tweet, and he responds. I could put 1,000 Elon Musk tweets in there and give the best news and best analysis about what's happening in South Africa, and Elon Musk doesn't give two shits. Not part of the in crowd, the elites. Well, South Africa is well placed to lead on geopolitical crisis. This, according to the World Economic Forum president. Borge Brenda, President and CEO of the World Economic Forum, says South Africa has good experience in managing conflict, really like the Central African Republic or the Congo, and is well placed to deal with the world's current geopolitical situation. South Africa's vast experience in managing competition and conflict and is well placed to lead a very complicated geopolitical situation. South Africa, whose economy has been eviscerated by Chinese imports. South Africa's textile industry has disappeared. South Africa's shoemaking industry has virtually disappeared. South Africa, oh, good God. Well placed, my ass. What guy is on drugs? Oh, that guy must be on drugs. Yeah. I need someone with that guy smoking a green. Afrikaner Boer. I've answered that question at least 1,000 times in the last month. If you can't be bothered to watch the content and listen when it's told, and then you're going to sit here and argue with me, I'm not going to entertain it. Why do I give a shit? That's my fucking business. You don't like it? I've answered that question a million times. I'm not going to play you little troll games tonight. Answer the question. 1,000,000 times. 1,000,000 times. Good God. What does it fucking matter? What do you care? What's your fucking problem, Afrikaner Boer? Why are you here? Why are you here watching my content and asking me dumbass questions? Asked and answered. Many times over. Many times over. Yeah, exactly. I guess bad Palestinian get attention. Africa must repeat its COVID-19 success, says Strive Masavire. Oh, God. Oh. The billionaire Zimbabwean who cornered the cell phone market is now telling us that Africa had a great COVID response. Oh, dear God. Aidez-moi. Oh, Africa must repeat its COVID-19. What COVID-19 success? There are many examples of high-level collaboration between African governments and the private sector in response to crises. The African continent has a responsibility to collaborate to find solutions to achieve higher levels of economic growth. The telecommunications billionaire said the past decade was littered with examples of high-level collaboration between African governments and the private sector in response to crises, including the COVID-19 pandemic. He was addressing the B20 on Tuesday. Masawira recounted the work he did in supporting Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, getting doctors and nurses to respond to the Ebola outbreak, and gave the support he gave to President Ramaphosa. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Strive Masavira. I'm sorry. No, you may have played a role in that, but I'm there. I was there. I have the receipts. You can take your bullshit. No, sorry, Strive Masavira. African Union didn't do jack shit when the economic community of West African states didn't do shit. When the Ebola crisis broke out in the Mono River region, the African Union put their head in the sand. They put their head in the sand. And all the South Africans don't like Reuben Brigady. You weren't there. I was there. Reuben Brigady is the reason the African Union responded. Reuben Brigady went to Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma and all the people on the African Union Commission and told them, you're looking for relevance. You're looking for a time the African Union can actually contribute something because you have no budget. You have no sovereignty over anybody. 85% of your money comes from Europe or from the United States. You're looking for a chance to be relevant. This is your time. And of course, Dlamini-Zuma looked at him like, huh? What do you mean it's my time? What do you mean? It's your time. Because you have doctors and nurses and physicians' assistants all over the continent. Why don't you organize an effort to get those people to go to the Mono River region and provide support? What a concept. He went there day after day after day after day for weeks on end. Finally, the wax got cleaned out of the ears. Strive Masavira wants to take credit for it. It wasn't your idea. It wasn't your initiative. Maybe you made it happen, but it never would have happened had it not been for the United States mission to the African Union. Done and dusted, finished and clear. I was there. I was involved. So I'm not going to listen to this bullshit from Strive Masavira, a billionaire talking shit. All right. Are you still here? Let me say. Afrikaner Boer, are you still here? If you're still here, say you're still here, and I'll answer your question honestly now. okay? If you're still here. Because if you're still here, then you were serious about watching the program, and I'll be happy to answer your question, all right? Because your question was addressed in a troll fashion. That's why I responded the way I did. But I'll be happy to answer it now if you're still here. Okay, Bram, I'll work on the email address. Sorry about that. Colonel fell in love with rugby and then learned South Africa is the best, and today cares about our juicy politics. But if you're still here for Connor Boer, I'll answer the question now in an honest fashion. Oh, there is. I've watched your content. I'm not trolling. You can't handle a straight question with composure. Seriously? Really? I can't handle a straight question with composure? Obviously, you're not watching the content. Why so angry telling us how you're losing your patience with me and others? Well, because people are trolling on here. People are trolling on here. Amia, I tolerated Mia for days. Didn't yell at Amia. So, I'll answer your question. Your question was, why do I care about South Africa? Well, my question is, how is it anybody's business? What are you implying? Are you one of those little hate wankers from down below? Those eucalyptus drinkers? Yeah. So my content has been here for 5 years. Pretty obvious. Pretty obvious. You know, if you wonder why I'm a little irritated there, Alfred Connor Board, maybe it's because I've passed up on a $140,000 a year job teaching at the War College so that I'm not occupied from 9 to 5 days a week, so I can do this to bring information to people and analysis, or that I've passed up on an interesting opportunity in Madagascar at $220,000 a year working for the Ministry of Defense, or that I passed up $190,000 a year working in Mauritius, which I could take at any time, but I stayed here to do this, than to be asked questions that are just nonsensical. Why do you care why I'm doing this? Obviously, you have an implication behind your question. Make your allegation, make your statement, and tell me why you think I'm here. The audience can tell you why I'm here. They can tell you why I'm here. So why are you asking? Is that calm enough for you? Is that direct enough? Is that chilled enough? Tiger Valley, the trolls are under my skin. See, you guys don't get it. You new viewers don't get it yet. Is anybody here? Charles, you're here. Charles, you're here. You've been here a long time. Charles, am I irritated? Am I irritated? I mean, I've had to go out of my way. There's a real troll right there. That's right. Matthew Dixon is my favorite troll. Bulls by 50. Yeah, you know what, Matthew? For once, Matthew. Oh, God, I may have to confess. Matthew might be right. Oh, my goodness. Look, can I just be heartbroken about Stephen Kitsoff for a couple of days, Matthew, before you start ragging on me about the Stormers this weekend? Can I not? Oh, they haven't seen me pissed off. No, it's and I answered your question, dude. So jump in the chat, and tell me what your point is. You've asked a question. We had a little fun with it. Apparently, you didn't think it was fun. So I've respectfully answered your question. Tell me why you want to know that, and give me what point is. Because I mean, it's obvious why I'm here. I don't know why I need to explain myself. There was a troll on the Citizen Concerns channel, asked her to respond to you, and he had something to say. I have no idea what you're talking about there. Yeah, Indy says, yeah, you haven't seen Pissed Off Chris. Nope. Michael Holmes. Michael likes, well, I don't know that Michael's a troll, but Michael asks some strange things sometimes that clearly, but Michael also asks most insightful questions. Most insightful questions. But see, Michael's saying, what do you think about 25% tariffs on EU goods? Is that not deflationary? I think it's a good negotiating tactic. When the EU lowers its tariffs to 2.5% and gives us reciprocity, then there's no need for 25% tariffs. Why do we have to pay 10% on our goods to go to Europe and they only pay 2.5% to come here? If we raise it to 10, they're not going to get the message. We want it 2.5%. We want reciprocity. Is it inflationary? No, it's not at all. I don't have to buy BMWs. I don't need Toblerones. I don't need Ritter Sports. I can go without them till the tariffs come down. Not inflationary at all. I don't need crap from Europe. We don't need anything from Europe. It's a dying continent. You need anything. Nothing at all. But your point is, those who buy things from Europe, won't that raise prices? Yeah, potentially. But as I've said before, Michael, many times, there are 3 options when it comes to tariffs. Number 1, the supplier eats the cost because they don't want to lose market share. 25% is a steep cost to eat, unless you're in the software business or you're with really high margins. Like Microsoft's margins are 69%. So they make 69% profit on everything they sell. I don't know if that's still true. That was the case a number of years ago. But they've got a big organization now, so maybe it's lower. But if you have high margins, you can absorb a 25% hit. And then you'll absorb it so that you don't lose market share because people still buy your product. It just makes you less money. That's the first way. The second way is that they pass the cost on the consumer, which is what you're getting at there, Michael Holmes. It goes on to the consumer. And the third way is they split the cost. Maybe they raise their prices by 12% and they eat the 13% and the consumer eats the other 12%, which will hurt market share, but will keep them in the market and won't hurt their bottom line as much. So it isn't necessarily inflationary. That's a false assumption or a false assertion to claim it's necessarily inflationary. It isn't necessarily inflationary. I also hum just before I lose my patience. Hey, Frank Bruns. It doesn't matter why Chris is here. Exactly. What does it matter? What does it matter? It just doesn't matter. Yep, there's nothing wrong with being passionate and direct. I agree. Oh, okay. Monterey. All right. So, all right. Okay. Look. All right. I'm cornered. It's time to fess up. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. I'll tell you. It's the boredom I see. That's what it is, man. I'm scoping out the chicas. That's why I'm here. Just want a bunch of chicas following me around like the Beatles did, you know. When I arrive, they go to the airport and go, ah! Wait, that's in Saudi Arabia. That's not in or Afghanistan. That's not in South Africa. Anyway, you get the point. Oh, there it is. Veritas got it. We all know why you're here. For a boredom I see. I didn't see that. I just saw it. Oh, my gosh. Leslie Ann, welcome to you. You guys are killing me, man. Audrey Myring, he say, you're irritated because people ask stupid stuff. Well, I answered his question, and he's just taking off, I guess. Maybe just a troll wants to steal the content and use it. I forgot to share, but yesterday another land grab started. Thank you for Chronic Quiz. I didn't hear about that one. Ricard Fissa, welcome to you. Erica Strauss, keep doing what you're doing. You're awesome. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love that boredom I see. I knew it. Chris is a pimp. I said for me. I'm not trying to run them. Good God. Oh my gosh, you're terrible. Where's your mind going there? Colonel knows more about Southeast history and surrounding countries than most living here. Hey, Willie, how's it going? Billy Smith. Cool. He wants our women and your oil. Your oil. I want your oil. 6 o'clock. I'm already at work. Wow. I want to get home to burn my tip. Oh, hey, Petey, how's it going? Thought it was like more my. Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know if we get to 100,000, but we'll keep trying. Chronic, the link won't go in. The link will go in. Can I take a risk with you, Chronic? Oh, and the email. Sorry, I got distracted. Hang on there. I know you're going to ask me about the email again. Let me get the email. You guys got to write this down, man. I mean, how many times we put this thing out there? YouTube a little faster would be nice. Maybe a little nice, not faster there. Okay, that's not what I want. I want the channel. There we go. Okay, your channel. Takes me a moment to get here. Okay, more. I'm surprised to hear that you guys can't see email. I never heard that before. Must be your device. Copy email address. Okay, now I can get it to you. Well, that's not what I'm looking for. I'll get back down here. Okay, where are you hiding at? Where is it hiding? There it is. Okay, now I'm back to where it's supposed to be. All right, here you go. Chronic, you're making an assumption that farm girls are just white, not me. CIA planning. Replaced the pigeons with surveillance drones in the 70s. I was 10 years old then. Thank you, Audrey Myrie. Appreciate it. Not a happy camper. Damn, what happened, man? Somebody pee in your cornflakes? GB, good morning. Why don't Afrikaner Bro use his real name, clearly pretending who he's not? Garth, so Lusufi is going to make Gauteng great. Oh, I heard that. Panyazi Lusufi is going to make it all great again. Land grab, okay, versus boy my secret. Bram, relax. It's there. It's there. Pay attention. Pay attention. Okay, Matthew Dixon should be a mod. No. Matthew Dixon will not be a moderator. Not going to happen. There's Ronell. That's right, Ronell. There was a time you guys tuned in just to hear my rants. The newbies ain't heard nothing. Exactly. You guys just don't know. You don't know. And some of those videos are hidden because YouTube's community standards BS. When they gave me my old channel back, I had 2,000 videos and immediately got 4 strikes. They gave the channel back and gave me 4 strikes the moment they gave it back. But they didn't apply the strikes. They just took the videos down. I'm like, okay. So I went through and I got rid of over 1,000 videos. I didn't delete them. They're just all hidden so nobody can see them. And that, I want to make sure that they didn't take my channel away again. So a lot of my videos where I've done real rants, they're hidden now. So Dirk Fenton says 50,000 reasons. That's what it is. It's for the subscribers, man. I'm just looking for subscribers. Evan Lopner video from 2 hours ago. Afrikaner's federal court blocks Trump's first refugee order. Aha! Thank you, LSR. Now you finally... No, LSR. See, you didn't share that. The comment that came in earlier was that the Afrikaans program was frozen. That is not true. Evan Galopter made a video. I don't know why it says Afrikaners. Federal court blocks Trump's first refugee order. That's news from last night. The first refugee order, Trump suspended the program. Last night, a federal judge said he had to open the program back up to the refugees who were left stranded. That's what the judge said last night. And I said that the judge will be overturned. He'll be overruled. So he's not spreading fake news. Evan's not spreading. I don't know why it says Afrikaners. Maybe he's trying to get your attention. Maybe it's a clickbait headline. I don't know. But that's not fake news. A federal court last night, and I read the guy's name off. It's strange Jamal something. Jamal, I don't know what his last name was, in Washington State. Yeah, let's see, Washington State judge. I mean, I don't have that anymore. I think I got rid of it because it was old news. I didn't think we'd be talking about it again tonight. You got to give the whole story, guys. You can't tell me that you're part of the story, and that's why I'm saying I can't find it. There's nothing there. Well, last night, a federal judge blocks Trump's refugee EXECU executive. There you go. Federal judge blocks Trump's executive order. Seattle judge. I just said Seattle. Did I not say Seattle judge? Politico. New York Times. Here you go. Let's go to New York Times. That one I have a subscription to so I don't get blocked trying to open up. Preliminary injunction orders the government to effectively restore the decades-old refugee admissions program while a lawsuit to preserve it proceeds. A federal judge in Seattle Tuesday blocked an executive order that President Trump signed shortly after he was sworn in. I talked about this last night at the beginning of my program and throughout the program repeatedly. I guess I have to make a video tonight before I go to bed to explain this. Gosh, it's so frustrating to explain this in simple, clear English. I appreciate that not everybody's first language is English. But I can't do it any simpler other than drawing pictures. Okay. Judge Jamal Whitehead, District Court in the Western District of Washington, issued a preliminary injunction that ordered the government to effectively restore the U.S. refugee admissions program. Has nothing to do with South Africa. Nothing to do with February 7th executive order, which is what I said last night. And if Evan said this, he's not giving me misinformation. I don't know why it says Afrikaners. Maybe he's trying to get your attention. But it has nothing to do with it. The plaintiff's argument the White House order was an effective nullification of congressional will. In fact, I talked about this morning. I talked about this again this morning. Anyway, so yeah, it's just from 2 days ago now, because now it's the 27th. USU refugee programs have persisted through 7 presidencies, including Trump's first term. The plaintiffs accused Trump of violating the law that established the program, which he didn't do, as well as rulemaking procedures of the Administrative Procedure Act and the Fifth Amendment's guarantee to due process. Foreigners don't have due process. If you're a Congolese refugee, you don't have due process. You're not even in America. This is a crock. The 9 individual plaintiffs included a 22-year-old refugee from the Democratic Republic of Congo who spent 2 years applying to resettle in the United States. See, some of you guys are freaking out over their program not being listed. The guy's been waiting 2 years in the Congo, and he's told he can't come. Only to have his flight from Nairobi canceled 2 days after Trump signed the executive order. 3 organizations that receive federal funding to help refugees resettle in the States joined in the suit. Trump said that he's generally inclined to appeal unfavorable court decisions. Government could not ask the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit to stay. A stay from the appellate court or Supreme Court would put the executive order back in place while the legal challenge to it proceeds. But even if Judge Whitehead's preliminary injunction remains in place, it's unclear whether the administration will comply. Yep. So, yeah, it's nonsense. It has nothing to do with the South African thing. I guess I have to make a video on that, okay? Thank you for that, LSR, but that information would have been helpful at the outset instead of giving that stuff to me late in the conversation. Boar dude's gone. Or not chatting. Dude, I didn't block you. I answered your question. Hot full bikers, my folk Marlies. English is like prepaid airtime. Sometimes it runs out. It's funny. You were just impatient when this program's announced. It will be epic. YouTube just told me you're live. Wow, Bach. I've only been live for an hour and 21 minutes. There he is. He's back. Okay, cool. Afrikaner board. Let me switch. On analysis, the collection of your videos, I think you're here in a counterintelligence role. If you are not, okay, I'm okay with that either way. But for me, my concerns are close to home. Well, Afrikaner board, you don't know anything about counterintelligence, do you? Do you have no idea what counterintelligence is? I mean, if you're going to accuse me, but thank you for being straightforward and accuse me. You can accuse me of being in an intelligence role, but not counterintelligence. Counterintelligence defeats people trying to defeat you. I wasn't counterintelligence. I was a counterintelligence agent, among many other things, in uniform. And I investigate Americans committing espionage and Americans spying for foreign powers and foreign powers spying on America. How am I going to get anything of any use on YouTube for people spying on America? I don't think you understand what counterintelligence is. And you're clearly trolling. But I answered your question, and I appreciate that you put your allegation out there. It's horsemanure. If you want to accuse me of being an intelligence operative, fine. But, Jason Bourne doesn't usually go on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook and do stuff. Kind of defeats the purpose of being clandestine, So, dude, you don't know anything about counterintelligence, clearly. Counterintelligence is to protect your team by defeating those guys from getting inside your team. It's like people putting walls up in their residence in Hatfield and razor wire and cameras and gates. That's protection. And that's what counterintelligence is. You stop people from doing things. Dude, you don't understand what counterintelligence is, man. You don't understand what counterintelligence is. Again, if you want to accuse me of being Jason Bourne, then accuse me of that. Richard says, I'm loving this shit. So am I. It's actually fun. Thank you, Afrikaner Board, for sharing it. I mean, where do you draw this conclusion? So let me put this in perspective because we're having fun here now, and I'm not picking Afrikaner Board, but okay. So let me just play along. It's true. 16 years ago. No. 20 years ago, 19 years ago. Ronaldo's channel is 17 years old. He had his 17th anniversary today. Mine's 19 years old. Ronaldo tries to say, my channel's older than Chris's. No, dude, mine's been around since 2006, and it wasn't my first YouTube channel. So 2006. Not this one, but the previous channel, which is up again. It's back again now. So in 2006, I created a YouTube channel that I kept dormant until 2015. No, until 2019. Yeah, it was dormant until 2019. No, 2020. Yeah, in 2006, I waited 14 years to activate that YouTube channel so that I could spy on the ANC. To what end? To what end? Wow. That's some deep shit, man. Wow. That's the long game, man. That's the long game. That's the long game. Waited 14 years to activate the channel. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, there were 2 videos on the channel, both of which were for me traveling to Iceland back in 2005, I think it was. 2 videos of waterfall, so that I had something on the channel. I had 4,300 views on that with just no subscribers. 2 subscribers, I think it was. Yeah. That's a long game, man. Yeah. So I created this channel in 2006 knowing that I would retire from the Army in 2019, making full colonel, which only 18 people in the entire Army held that rank in my career field. Wow. 78,000 officers, or 72,000. 72,000 officers in the Army, and 18 do what I did. And the chances of me making that were so good. So I knew that in 2006 as a lieutenant. I was a major in 2006. I wasn't a lieutenant colonel then. So I knew that as a major. Wow. I am one clever dude. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, no. So you got me. You got me. Yeah. It's all part of a master plan. Yeah. You people that believe this shit are hilarious. Hilarious. Clearly a eucalyptus tea person. Just point people to Evan's video. Well, I don't know what to point people there. I haven't seen the video. People should just watch the video, not just the title. Evan is just updating news about... Exactly. Well, I don't know if I always beat him, but I did beat that story as far as I know. I talked about that. He must have done an analysis video. Mad spy versus spy. Well, listen, credit to Afrikaner Boer. Afrikaner Boer made his claim and stated up front. Thank you for sharing that. I do appreciate that. It's interesting. You've been exposed. Yeah, exactly. Marley's Vol, thank you for the good work. Thank you very much. I never used hate speech in 2017. I just expressed like Trump. Since then, Twitter banned me. I'm still permanently banned. I can't use X, my account. Wow, that's crazy, Anton. Introverticus. That's interesting. I know nothing about counting channels, but okay. Biltong, why do you have to keep losing your shit? Biltong, why are you here? Why are you here? No one's losing their shit. Do you get frightened when people honk their horn at you in traffic? So the trolls are out in force tonight. The spare cash and extra passports are stored in a metal box behind the fireplace. Marley says, what a way to start the morning. It is. And this happens now and then. When was Benghazi? 2014? It was during Obama's time. Benghazi. I can't be 2011. God, it's been the time is. I know I'm losing track of when it's Benghazi attack. It was 2012? Oh, gosh, 2012. Yeah, I was promoted after that. Yeah. Yep. I wasn't in Benghazi. A friend of mine was based in Tripoli and was in Benghazi just before that happened. I was very fortunate not to be there that day. Yeah, Michael, I know. It happens. Leon Trotsky is a Bantu. I wish we had more people like you leading us. I keep asking myself why the leaders hate educated Bantus. Maybe it's a power thing. Leon Trotsky, the communist username aside. Of course, he met a very terrible fate in Mexico. That's unfortunate. Well, thank you for your viewership. I do appreciate it. But you should be careful. Apparently, I'm a counterintelligence spy. Yep. John Wick crosses with Jason Bourne. Yeah. John Wick, man. The boogeyman. Papagaya. John Wick. Hello, Mr. Wick. Do you kennel? We don't, Mr. Wick, but I will take care of your dog for you. He died. That guy from Homicide: Life on the Street, I think he was on, and then he was on Bosch. Really like that actor. Really good guy. He died young too, like 60 or 59, just recently too. All my life I wanted to be part of some spy thriller. Cool beans. Please remember to make your picks for round 12. Thank you, Arc Precision, for the reminder. I did that earlier today on my laptop when I was at a Starbucks down in Maryland. Yep, took care of that earlier today. Also for the whatever the successor is, the Super Rugby, whatever it is now. And then for Major League Rugby as well. Stefan Sten, welcome to you. Oh, Afrikaner Boer is still here. Good to see you there. Okay, Chris, you stayed many times. Your counterintelligence spent many years as an operative in different African countries. No. You're saying something I never said. Never said. I said I was a counterintelligence agent. Correct. Badge and credential, federal law enforcement official, and I investigated Americans. True story. But I never said I spent years as an operative in different African countries. No, that's a false statement. I said I was stationed in Tunisia, Liberia, Botswana, Malawi, Niger, Mauritania, Uganda, and Ethiopia. But in none of those jobs was I counterintelligence agent. Tunisia, foreign area officer. Liberia, security cooperation officer. Botswana, security cooperation officer. Tunisia attaché. I forgot to say attaché. Malawi, security cooperation. Malawi. Niger, Mauritania, security cooperation. Uganda, security cooperation. Ethiopia, military liaison and attaché and security cooperation. Never served in intelligence capacity in Africa. Nope. Did my intelligence work in Europe and at the Defense Intelligence Agency. It's all a matter of public record. It's all there. It's out there. There's nothing to hide. I'm not clandestine anyway. So, but I never, Afrikaner boy, I never said I was an operative. Never used that term. That's fake news, brother. Never said that. You may have inferred that or assumed that, but I never said that. I do not steal valor. I do not claim I have awards. People have said, you've got a Bronze Star. Don't have a Bronze Star. Don't have a Silver Star. Don't have a Purple Heart. Been in combat, but never got wounded, thank God. No Purple Heart. No Bronze Star. No Silver Star. Nope. No Valor decorations. I have a Valorous Unit Award, but my unit got that because we fought the Talwakanda Division in the Gulf War. We were awarded that by the President of the United States. But that's a unit award, not an individual award. So, no, I don't steal valor. I don't claim I've done something I've never done. My CV has not a single lie upon it. Every single thing I say in my curriculum vitae is factual, and I did it. Sometimes I have to look back because I forget the stuff I did. It's crazy. Crazy. So you may be misunderstood, Afrikaner Bull. But so maybe you're not trolling. Okay. Thank you for hanging around. Thank you. But no, dude, I never said operative. That's factually untrue. Yep. Would be a stretch that some personnel and system may have abused vice. No, I don't doubt that things got abused. Look, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA warrant, I had to get those as an American officer. I had to get them on Americans. We can't just spy on them. We have to have probable cause. And a FISA warrant is not easy to get. Trust me, it's not easy to get. But apparently it is if you're in the Mueller, or was it Mueller? Who was it? Who was the guy that was it wasn't Mueller, it was James Comey. James Comey's FBI. You can just go get one and lie. So, what's his name now? Carter Page. Carter Page was a former Navy officer, just a few years, got out, became a businessman, did business in Russia. Back and forth U.S. Made a lot of money doing Russia. I don't know what he was doing there, but because he traveled to Russia frequently, apparently the CIA recruited him to get them information. When he came back, hey, tell us about this town. What are the roads like? I don't know. This is a matter of record. I didn't look into his dossier. I'm presuming that's what he did. But I know he was a source for the CIA. And when they applied for a FISA warrant, they failed to tell the judge that he was a government asset. Now, that's a violation of federal law. You have to disclose if the person that you want to get a warrant on is working for the U.S. government in some capacity. And they didn't tell the judge that. All those people, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, all these people, Bruce Orr, they're all criminals. They should all be in prison. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Boer, if I were investigating Carter Page, it would be in a counterintelligence role because he's suspected of espionage or treason against the United States. Counterintelligence bargaining with India. Luke, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny, man. Yes, the mysterious Azaturk. I love this channel. It is informative and fun. The folks here are kind and supportive. Get over it. Michael, what do you think of John McPhee and his work in Afghanistan? I'm not familiar with him, Michael. Please, maybe I know and I can't recall. Give me a line or two about what we're talking about there. I thought the truth hurts, but on this channel, the truth entertains. Well, thank you for that, Anton. What's the counter of intelligence? Stupidity. You can't do counterintelligence on the ANC anyway. Merely the fact is there are no pills for what some people suffer. Yeah. No, I'm still getting a kick out of people like, oh, man, oh, you're so upset. What are you getting so triggered for? Dude, you haven't seen me triggered. Gosh, you haven't seen me triggered. Oh, my goodness. People get too sensitive, I swear. Anyway. Well, that thing is locked up again. You know what I am getting a little bent out of shape is these YouTube tabs keep clashing. That's really frustrating. It's been going on for like a month and a half now. And it's not just me. It's a lot of people it's happening to. So it's something to do with YouTube. I don't know what it is, why their tabs keep closing, but it's really frustrating, guys. Really, really frustrating. Anyway, wow, it seems like we've been here a lot longer tonight. Just an hour and 39 minutes so far. Okay. Out of Mauritius or Madagascar, which one would you choose? For comfort, Mauritius. For an experience, Madagascar. Before they kill all the lemurs and wipe out all the forest. Yep. Any bets on next budget meeting? That's your guess as good as mine. Guess as good as mine. Okay. Colonel, don't forget to test drive. I gave up on that critical review. That's 16,000 something. I don't want someone else's broken problems. Love this channel. Okay. John McPhee was called the sheriff of Afghanistan. Did special ops. Oh, no, I don't know anything about John McPhee. Sorry, Michael Holmes. Was he a you say killed a lot of people. Was he a sniper or just someone that committed crimes? I'm not familiar with him. Yeah, Kevin, people keep saying that list is going to be released, but I don't know. Bach, you're leaving. Then I heard somebody. No, I'm just teasing. Sorry to see you go, Bach. Have it going. You're welcome, Tractor Champ. I take you got to go too. No, let me just go pull up my CV and just read. I'll read to you something from it to bore you to tears in case you can't fall back to sleep. I'll help you with that. Here we go. CV, December 2024 version. Okay. Because I needed this because they asked me for it. They said, please send us your CV for the Trump administration. I'm not going to have consideration there. Don't know why you need it. So let me go back to my. Okay, here you go. All right, this is what I did at the African Union. Senior military advisor, U.S. mission to the African Union, Addis Ababa. Served as ambassador's principal military advisor and represented the U.S. ambassador at the African Union and abroad as U.S. Africa Command liaison officer to the African Union. Coordinated all security assistance or security cooperation with the African Union, including the Counterterrorism Fellowship Training Program. I didn't do counterterrorism. We just sent people back to states to learn about it. Invitational travel, foreign military financing, the Africa Contingency Operations Training and Assistance, ACOTA program, gender-based programs, and Section 1206 counterterrorism programs. Reported on all peace and security programs, developments, and peace support operations, including the African Union Mission in Somalia, AMISOM, the African Union Mission to the Central African Republic, Mission Internationale de Soutien à la Centrique Afrique sous Conduite Africaine, MISCA, and the African Union Support Mission to the Ebola outbreak in West Africa, ASWA. Liaise with the African Union Military Attaché Community, 46 countries. Work directly with the African Union Peace and Security Council, PSC, the Peace Support Operations Division, PSOD, and the AMISOM Military Operations Coordination Committee, MOC. Develop programs of support for gender integration, security sector reform, DDR, disarmament, demobilization, reintegration programs, military exercises, counterterrorism, coordination with NATO, and African Union Peace Support Architecture, the African Standby Force, ASF, and the African Capacity for Immediate Response to Crisis, ASARC. That's what I did in Ethiopia. I did all that. Document about a platoon, really good for. I don't know that, bystander. Not familiar with it. I didn't look. I was supposed to go to Afghanistan when I worked at NSA, and two generals got in a contest about who I worked for, which meant I never went to Afghanistan. I was in a critically short field. I was one of only a handful of officers that actually was assigned to the NSA. Most of the military that work at the National Security Agency actually work for the Army inside the building, inside the operations. A small number of officers actually fill billets that belong to NSA, and you are released from the Army. I mean, I wore a uniform every day, and except when I did things in civilian clothes. And I was in the Army. I got paid to live in an Army base, but I didn't belong in the Army. I actually belonged to NSA. Only a small number of people that work for. So they needed people to go to Afghanistan, and they tried to take them out of the unit. And administratively, I was assigned to a unit, but I wasn't in the unit. So they just handled my personnel paperwork, my finance stuff, and my medical stuff. So that's it. So that unit tried to latch on me and go, oh, we got a major over here. We can send him to Afghanistan. So they called me in, and I was with some other guy, and they wanted me to be the liaison officer. But then they also had the Task Force Counterintelligence Coordinating Authority, which I had done in Bosnia. And I said, well, I'm a counterintelligence agent. I'm not here doing that. I'm doing other intelligence work. But I do that, and I've done it, and I'd be better suited than this guy who's just an infantry guy who's going to go there. So they agreed. So I was going to take that job, and he was going to take the liaison job. Then the general who I work for found out, well, wait a second. What are you doing taking Wyatt? I only got a handful of these guys. You can't take him. And they got in an argument. They went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I got screwed because they had money for language training, and I had never been sent. The Army is supposed to send every trained linguist to fully funded language training for at least 2 weeks every year. So I was trained as a linguist by the Army and completed my course in 2000. So from 2000 to 2015, for the next 15 years, I was supposed to get 2 weeks of funded training, which typically means going overseas. So typically you're sent to France or somewhere in Africa where you speak French and hang out in a hotel, or you stay with a host family, something like that. So I have been selected as a major to go to France and spend 6 weeks in France in an immersion living with a French family. And because these two generals got in a pissing contest, my general won, but his chief of staff was a retired colonel, and it hurt his feelings because he assumed that I had something to do. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't ask not to go to Afghanistan. I was fine. In fact, I worked out to take the job that I would be better suited for. And I was going to go to Afghanistan for a year in 2003, I think it was. And so I didn't go to Afghanistan. I stayed working on the $3 billion acquisition program at NSA. And that colonel was retired, kept me from going to France. I didn't get my free training. And I never got refresher training. I maintained my proficiency in French for 20 years and never got any refresher, not one day of refresher training. Yeah, because that guy got pissed off. All right, Afrikaner Boer, you're welcome to come back. I hope we sorted that out. You can believe what you want about me, but you don't have a basis to believe what you were saying. So enjoy. Have a good day. Hey, Arctic, where you been, man? Asking for sanctions to put the blame on USA. Yeah, that's what I think that Ramaphosa wants. The global war on terrorism never ended. Technically, you're right, Code. It never ended. I have declarations for the global war on terrorism. Yep. Who in the right mind would ask to be sanctioned? He's not asking to be sanctioned. He wants to be sanctioned so that he can play the victim. Christian van der Walt, would you ever shave the beard? I have shaved the beard. Not off, but the beard was down to my navel. It keeps getting shorter and shorter and shorter. I'm actually not a fan of the beard. It's my viewers and people I know and family members who want me to keep it. Close to 1,000 people moved into a farm on the outskirts of. Is that new, Jan, or is that the same one? It sounds like it's the same one on the end too. Kathleen Bernard, welcome to you. Take care, Johann Rudolph. Sleeping, eating, drinking, spending time with family. You know, normal white privilege. Yeah, I hear that's white privilege. In the dispatch. Yeah, but again, the story was reported a week late. I covered this. We covered this morning or last night. I went and pulled up the video I did days ago. Okay, Charmaine. That's what Willem Petzer apparently reported yesterday. You're all doing circular reporting. You're chasing your tail now. Joe Emilio, it sounds like he's reporting on what Willem Petzer reported on yesterday. Jaden, how's it going, man? Okay, so. Now, Citizen Concern made a video about I got to do a video on this. This guy said the black men are the problem. Remember that? Oof. Yeah, it never stopped, Jan. But I mean, I guess the news, we had to milk this out of people this morning, or maybe it was earlier tonight. The difference in what I did 10 days ago, or whenever it was, and what's happening now is Willem Petzer says he's identified ANC officials. That was news. But the fact there are land invasions there isn't news, unless they're new ones. So let me see. Let me find that video I did, on the 17th or something like that. 15, 16, 17, where's that? Come on, where's those land invasions at? Oh, no, these are lives. I'm not going to find it there. I got to go back to prepared videos. Now I'm the dingbat doorknob here. Come on, get your act together, hero. There it is. Land grabs are happening in South Africa February 17th, 10 days ago. Boy, I got that right, didn't I? 10 days ago. Here we go. There's an advert playing, so I have to wait for the advert to finish. It's an Aldi ad. I love Aldi. Welcome back. This is Chris in Central Pennsylvania, and I saw a video from earlier today in South Africa in the Eastern Cape near Fort Jackson on the N2 outside East London, where people are just jumping out of cars, staking claims to privately owned land, and just a free-for-all land grab. So we saw this at the beginning of February in Seshego, which is outside of Polokwane in Limpopo province, where these people just went out, staked claim to land, a privately held land, and said, this is ours. And we believe that the municipality of Polokwane will support in the election. There was state-owned land like they did during lockdown, and violently evict people who've settled there, squatters. Even if they've been there for 5 or 10 years, they'll go remove them and take them off the property. I mean, honestly, this is absolutely insane to see what has happened. And as if that's not enough for you, here's a few comments from the folks who stole land in Seshego in Limpopo province at the beginning of February.
So the community members took it upon themselves to come here to invade this land, to build shacks, and also to demarcate stands for themselves.
And of course, their argument for taking it was that the president signed the law and we can do it now. Utter nonsense. Sheer lunacy. This cannot be tolerated. So, look, I mean, guys, okay, the Willem Petzer thing on set because somebody finally told us that he said he revealed the ANC's involved. Now, Charles, you're saying that Joe did land grabs last week. I don't know. And he has slideshows. Okay, all right. But that's not what people are saying. They said Joe just released a video saying there's land grabs taking place. But what Willem Petzer did yesterday, look, go watch Joe's content. Joe's a great guy, smart guy. Love his channel. Love Joe. Been to his house many, many times. More than any of you have been to his house. Trust me. He's got cats, and I'm allergic to cats, so it's always a venture going there. Yeah, go watch his content. Great channel. But I'm just asking what the news is there. I mean, it's okay that we all report and everyone has a different angle on the same story. So if it's a different angle, but what we're happening now is people are saying things as if new things are happening. And we got to be very careful about that, okay? That's why I asked the question in Willem Petzer's video. It's the same thing. It is, but he's saying that it's the ANC is involved and he's got evidence of it. That's news. That's newsworthy. And if Joe Emilio is saying that the invasions which started 10 days ago are continuing, they're taking over more, that's newsworthy. That's what we need to know. It's like this whole conversation we had earlier about Evan Galopter saying that, and people misrepresenting, not intentionally, but misrepresenting what Evan said. You're talking about a court decision that occurred on the 25th. Now it's the 27th. And that court decision said the Trump administration had to open up. It has nothing to do with the February 7th executive order. In fact, I shared that with the folks from Solidarity Movement tonight. The two aren't related. They have nothing to do with each other. I live a kilometer away from a former land grab. The community had to fork up $2 million to hire red ants to get them out. Then the owner of the property dug a massive trench around the property to keep them out. Wow. Andy Howard Life. Good day, Colonel. The U.S. base must want to select. I believe it's an Air Force base. Andy Howard Life, that's false. You're full of it. What evidence do you have it's a U.S. base? I love this comical story. I lived in Botswana. I worked at the Tebe Patswe base. There's no American base there. Why do you people believe this horse shit? I mean, honestly. Do you see like little red lights in the sky or something like that? Or, you know, the aliens come down and abduct people? It's funny. Yeah, put a few crocodiles in. Showed slide comparisons 2016 recently. He probably did his own angle on the current land grab. Yeah, no, Charles, that's fine. That's a different angle, and then it's different analysis, and that's got value to it. I'm just trying to ask what the difference is. Did the weapons from Benghazi also travel south in Niger and lead to Tongo? Well, Holden Caulfield, that's supposition. No one has evidence about weapons from Benghazi. I'm not sure what you're referring to. The weapons in Tongo weren't from Benghazi. The weapons in Tongo have been in the Sahel for years. The Sahel is a smuggling banned. It always has been for illicit trafficking of cigarettes, alcohol, weapons, and people. Always has been for 1,000 years. Hey, Neville, how's it going? Closest base to Botswana will be Diego Garcia. Correct. U.S. base. Jordan Hill Lewis famously said about land invasions, they can't stop people from following their dreams. Are you serious? He said that? I didn't hear that. Sounds like the DA. I prefer the animated Colonel, full of energy, emphasizing point with gusto. Work for cheap. I didn't know that, Veritas. That's interesting. Wow. Thank you for that. That's. I missed that one. Yeah, there are big crocodiles in the Popo River. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the one I did. Look, guys, watch Villain Petzer's content. Watch Ronaldo's content. Watch Morning Shot. Watch Gareth Cliff. Watch them all, man. You should watch all the content you want. And if you don't like me, if you think I'm some sort of agent of some sort, you're working for, the Impossible Mission Force, your mission, should you choose to accept it. Ethan, your mission, should you choose, then do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do. I get paid the same whether you're here or not. Nothing. Although the super chats are nice and the advertising revenue is nice, but it's not a lot. Okay, my kitty pet. Oh, that's a while ago, Cappy. A lot of the farm attackers have military cell phone blocker that are worth hundreds of thousands of rands. You should look into that. Kevin Ziller, I've reported on this story endlessly. 5 years ago, I did a video in which I included footage of body armor, professional trousers, police-issued holsters, and 9mm or something like that, look like a Glock in their pistol, walking with cell phone jammers and using wire cutters to cut through a farm fence. I've covered this story. Nobody cared. Teresa, yes, okay. Let me get to your question here. Thank you, Snivels. That's very kind of you. Joe shows over time how the land grabs happened to Hermanus and other West Cape before and after. That's awesome. That Yakuba Salt. Now, see, that's worthwhile. That's some good analysis. See, that's why I say go watch Joe Emilio's channel. Not now. Don't leave me. If you don't mind, I would like to ask your opinion. I feel that it was very irresponsible for President Trump to sign executive order now almost a month ago and not follow through on it. Well, Teresa, I don't mind at all, but I disagree wholeheartedly with what you're saying. Obviously, you don't know how government works, and that's not an insult directed at you. You don't know. Did you honestly expect an answer to come that quickly? The man had been in office for a couple of weeks when he issued the order. And he issued the order because South Africa's behavior was getting out of control. They're acting against their national interests. This is not about Afrikaners. Folks, you got to let go of that. I mean, Teresa, I don't know if you've been here a long time. I think I recognize you being here before. It's not about Afrikaners. That's just a consequence of it. It's about the danger to our national security. And there is some compassion for Afrikaners. That's why he put it in there as well. But this is about harming our national security. That's what it's all about. I don't think it was irresponsible at all. I wouldn't have done it that way. Teresa, if you would ask if I'd done it that way, I would have done it very differently. Very differently. I've said that before. I would never have focused on the Afrikaners. I would have included that, but I would have included a whole list of grievances about how our foreign policy is being harmed, how our national security is endangered, how training Chinese combat pilots in South Africa with American military former pilots is dangerous to the United States and the Western world. I would have included the Lady R incident here, where for 5 months they ignored our diplomatic request, forcing our hand to go public with it. I would have included the 75% tariffs on poultry products, which is not fair. I would have included the comment that you violated the Africa Growth and Opportunity Act with expropriation. That would have been the focus of that. I don't think it's irresponsible. I just would have done the order differently. And I never would have said Afrikaners. I would have said ethnic minorities in South Africa were victims of unjust racial discrimination. So I appreciate, Teresa, where you're coming from. I think we have a different opinion on that. But then I have the advantage of having worked in the U.S. government, having worked in the State Department, having worked with embassies, having been on the ground, and I know these things can move at a glacial pace. It is irresponsible, not of President Trump, but of the State Department to have not issued additional guidance yet. That's where the irresponsibility lies in my book. Clearly, it's created unrest in South Africa, and that's what I think was the irresponsible part. With the rest of it, well, what unrest? Why is there unrest? Sorry, Teresa, where's our unrest? Trump did nothing other than suspend aid, and that has nothing to do with that. They're two separate issues. If you want to say that created unrest, yeah, that was ham-fisted. That should have been clear. It should have said, well, PEPFAR won't stop. It'll pay for the rest of this year, but you won't get PEPFAR next year. And then it would have continued 30 September and never would have had these headaches. That is a fair argument. But unrest? What unrest? What did Trump do? Nothing. He promised, he told. And see, you guys, read the order. The Secretary of State and the Secretary of Homeland Security, you guys are reading your own views in this. You're not reading the order. If you can't read the order, then you can't blame Trump. Secretary of State, Secretary of Homeland Security shall take appropriate steps consistent with the law to prioritize humanitarian relief, including admission and resettlement through the U.S. Refugee Admissions Program for Afrikaners in South Africa who are victims of unjust racial discrimination. There are Afrikaners in Zimbabwe and in Namibia who are saying, why not me? Because it's South Africa. There are black folks saying, why not me? There are colors, why not me? Indians, why not me? Well, it might be you. Secretary of State, Secretary of Homeland Security, the direction was given. They're the ones who are failing to get it done. Teresa, thank you for the second super chat. I really appreciate that. I don't know if ring the bell. You guys can be angry at Trump all you want. He doesn't owe anybody anything. Doesn't owe me anything. Doesn't owe, well, he owes me something. He's my president. I voted for him. But he doesn't owe anybody anything, man. So, expecting this to happen overnight, I understand. I empathize where you're coming from. But directing your anger shouldn't be directed at Trump. It should be directed at the ANC and its failed governance and its racist legislation. Barbie, take care. You're not a subhuman. You're a Neanderthal. Neanderthals weren't subhumans. They're just different species of hominids. Military generals got my attention about farm attacks. G-Man stated that they're easy to get, but my info is otherwise. Military grade. No, military grade is almost impossible to get. They're regulated, even in South Africa. Indian Motor Company Mahindra is planning to manufacture vehicles in South Africa and create 1,000 jobs. Really? I lost my ass in Mahindra. It's just one of the few stocks I lost money on. I had Mahindra stock, and it did so poorly that they removed it from the U.S. American Depository Receipts, and I lost my ass. Thank you for the 70 Rand, Teresa. I lost my ass. I lost a few $1,000s off that stock. It should have made money because the company's making money, but they screwed up their listing, and so I'm not happy with Mahindra. They cost me money. Earliest administration, tons and tons to get word. Yeah, and that's the other thing too, Teresa. South Africans like me. But not you. Greenland with Denmark, Panama, Colombia, China, Canada, NATO, Mexico, the Democrats, transgender, boys playing girl sports, foreign assistance. There's a lot on the plate. To expect a result in 20 days is unrealistic and unfair. I understand the tension it puts on, but that's a bit unfair. 5 FM. Yeah. Stefan, hey. Yeah, exactly. Arctic is dealt with him. Nothing happens quickly. Clearly, it was to create unrest, and that's what I think was the irresponsible part with the rest of it. Well, Teresa, I appreciate where you're coming from, and thank you for the 70 Rand again. It's very kind of you. But, I did caution people that this stuff, we might get guidance, but it could move very slowly. And clearly, the State Department is not moving with alacrity. So I think we need to direct our anger at the State Department and Homeland Security. I don't know about that whole. I haven't heard about that. Hey, Army 3275 in from the Philippines. How you doing there? My 23-year-old cat passed away last year. She was awesome. Hi, Chris. I have many black friends, and many of them are called. Yeah, I know that. Alan. I'm aware of that. I feel they should be also given a chance. Well, I understand where you're coming from, Alan, but it's not up to me. Again, I would have done this differently, but I'm not the President of the United States, and I don't have his ear. I would not have let him put that out like that. I would have tried to stop it. Hermanus, big protest on my way to Woolies. Did you go to the mall there, Copy, in Hermanus? The one, if you're coming east, it's on the right-hand side, along the ocean side. I know that mall. Guys, Trump has bigger problems USA that requires his attention. Yeah, you might have missed this. But we're deporting 660,000 violent, convicted felons, murderers, rapists, kidnappers, carjackers, pedos. There are 16,500 convicted murderers wandering around this country. Some are in jail, but most are walking around. These are the ones we know about who've been convicted of murder in the United States or abroad, and we know about it. Some have been convicted of murder abroad, we don't know about it. Yeah, so guys, there's bigger priorities than South Africans. I'm sorry. I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but that's the truth. But the U.S. government's a big organization. In my view, the State Department should have had this done by now. 3 weeks, should have been done. It's 3 weeks tomorrow. Should have had it done. I agree with you, Teresa. 100%. The hornet's nests have been poked and now the hornets are coming out. Hey, Herman. Doing good. Another hot day in the Philippines. Yeah, no, it's too humid for me there, man. Logistics facilitating 50, 100,000 South Africans, USA must be a challenge. Not a challenge, no, Leslie. Not if we want to take it seriously. Again, we evacuated 160,000 Afghans in a matter of days from Afghanistan, not even vetted. They just jumped on planes and we brought them here because Biden's a moron. Yeah, 160,000. And they got settled. They didn't live in tents. See, that's the funny thing. People could tell you, oh, you're going to go to America, you'll be living in tents. Did the Afghans live in tents? They had 160,000, 162,000 dumped in our laps in days, 10 days or something like that. Did they live in tents? No. How did they get here? Lufthansa? No. C-17s. Now, I don't envision C-17s flying to Waterkloof and picking you up, or to Istaplat, or Langebaan. But my point is that it's not that big a challenge. We're getting rid of thousands. We've already gotten rid of 40,000, sent them the other way in multiple destinations. You're talking about moving 50,000 from one place, South Africa. We just sent 40,000 to half a dozen different countries. So I'm sure we can manage that. F-Reform has been lobbying other countries for years. What stopped other groups from doing the same thing? Good point, Charmaine. Teresa, you're not bugging me, Teresa. I appreciate your question. I also appreciate your super chat. You don't have to keep super chatting to get my attention, although it does work. It gets my attention because it pops up. That's why they have super chat. So you're not bugging me, Teresa. No, not at all. I'm happy to answer it. But apparently I'm triggered and I'm angry. I'm not at all. Really do appreciate your brutal honesty on your channel, whether it's about South Africa or anything else. Well, thank you, Teresa. I appreciate your patronage. I really do. And honestly, and I appreciate the board guide now to explain himself, but I don't know why people are so suspicious. You know, not you, Teresa, the board guy. I don't know what the suspicion is. And so that leads you to believe they're troll because look, I've seen this. Arctic knows it. Hendo knows it. We've seen it time and time and time again. People come in here, they act all innocent, then they start asking stupid questions, and they and pointed things, and they try to pollute the chat. People start arguing with them, and it just ruins the whole vibe that people had. So that's, if I seem brusque with some of it, that's why, because I've seen it before, and boom, you need to smack them sometimes. No, Arctic, we had trolls earlier. You weren't here. Big trolling. ISIS cleaning up New York. I hope so. Exactly. It doesn't fall on President Trump, Blade Wolf. That's right. There's a department for these programs. U.S. generosity is appreciated, not taken for granted. It's up to the USA, who and when. Yep. An estimated 11 million illegals in America. They are all criminals for breaking immigration. Yes. Well, my estimate's much higher than that. I say over 20 million, possibly 30 million. Yeah. Well, no. Okay. DJ Raiden, that I don't agree with. You're saying we have to get our house in order before we can help. That I don't agree with. We have the ability to get rid of these criminals and bring in legitimate people at the same time. Yeah, I think we can do that. But I appreciate the thought there. 160,000 in 10 days speaks volumes. I think it was 10 or 15 days, yeah. He says that he really thinks that makes it worthwhile. Listen, thank you, Abby. Flying in a bare bones flossy is no joke. Yeah. Okay, what else here? Copy, DEI is here. I was amazed at what parents have to put up with in government schools. Heard that boys went to school in dresses. What? I've never heard that. Thank you for the super chat, Kevin. Funniest moment today, that Afrikaner board guy saying you're a counterintelligence agent. Well, I was. I freely admit that. I was. But the funny part for me is that people don't understand what counterintelligence is. It's defensive. Almost entirely. So ANC started selling a piece to someone else's farm. First troll whack from... Oh, gotcha. I didn't see you whack somebody. South Africans are suspicious people anyway. Yeah, exactly. Trust is a commodity. You're right, Sean. But I mean, don't come here and attack me. I mean, that's silly. If you don't want to hear what I have to say, then just don't be here. People who are living in tents were the people of Hawaii. Exactly. And the people in North Carolina, Army. Thank you. Not the Afghans, not the Somalis, not the Venezuelans, not the Haitians, not the Mexicans. None of them. They're living in hotels. Good God, people. Okay, I'm accused of losing it now. Seriously, what have we been hearing for the past year? We heard the false story that veterans were kicked out of a hotel in New York, disabled veterans, to make room for illegal aliens. That wasn't true. But illegal aliens were put into a New York hotel. That's a statement of fact, costing us billions of dollars. Trashing the hotels. They put them into hotels all over the country. There are hotels that are no-goes, and they're just destroyed because they're animals. Why are they animals? Because they're not paying for it. They have no skin in the game. They don't give a shit. Trash the place. Rip this up. Do this. Bring my goats in. I'm embellishing now. But, so that's been the story here for 2 years. People complaining about that. And you got people in South Africa telling you you're going to come here and live in tents. Why would we let people come here from South Africa and live in tents when illegal aliens are living in hotels in New York City? It doesn't pass the smell test, folks. It doesn't pass the smell test. And the number of illegal aliens that they put in hotels far exceeds whatever number of Afrikaners or South Africans are going to come here. Trust me, far exceeds by a factor of probably 10 to 1, at least 5 to 1. So, stop believing the bullshit. It doesn't make sense. If something doesn't make sense, question it. Question the premise. If you're not getting the answer you want, question the premise. Yeah, people in Hawaii are the ones living in tents. There's Kevin Mottram. Thank you for 35 Rand. Her yes was based on one of your videos. Won't say which one. Her yes. I don't get that, Kevin. Say it again in the chat. Just put the at Chris Wyatt, because I don't get that. Oh, excuse me. If you get Trump and Mampara on this channel for a debate, you'll reach 1 million subscribers. Yeah, well, there's no way I'm going to get there. There's no way I get those people on here. Carl, what did you say, Teresa? What am I missing? Hey, Floyd. Lose it, love. What's this? I love camping. Thanks, just clearing up the room. Yeah, no, you're welcome, Howard. I'm like, it's okay. Thank you, Howard. Okay. So that's a rumor that's been spread for years, especially in South Africa. And why people believe that, I don't know. Go to Botswana. Drive to the gate of Tebe Patswe. Tell me where the Americans are. Ask for a tour. I don't know if they give public tours, but I've been to Tebe Patswe. The fact that U.S. Teresa, I'll address it in just a second. The fact that U.S. personnel show up in Tebe Patswe or in Serseretse Kama Barracks, SSKB, doesn't make an American base. I was on Serseretse Kama Barracks almost every day of the week when I wasn't traveling, because that's where the headquarters was. And I had to go see the general. I had to go see the training officer. My staff went there every day. It doesn't make an American base. We have U.S. military personnel who show up in Simonstown with the Navy. We have U.S. military personnel who shine up in Lokhatla. It doesn't make an American military base. We do exercise there with Marines. It doesn't make an American military base. Thank you, Kevin. All right, I missed something. Something's going on here. This is chat's messing up. Okay, another quick funny moment after 10 years of asking Teresa to marry me. Oh, congratulations, Kevin. Oh, congratulations. Is that the Teresa who's super chatting me? I'm missing that completely. I'm so sorry. It's late. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get some hearts? Get some. I'm not good at this. Can we get some hearts? Is that right? That isn't how you do it. How you do it? Is that it? Can we get some hearts, some applause for Kevin and for Teresa? I'm not going to ask this because if you want to be refugees. Thank you. Congratulations. That's incredible. Kevin. All right. Is she listening? Hey, Teresa, maybe you want to go. I think someone's at the door. Kevin, you do realize you're getting married, right? Single life's over, man. I'm just telling you. You know what you're getting into? I'm not trying to talk you out of it. Just make sure you know what you're getting into. I'm really thinking that the ANC guy was getting aid somewhere. Yeah. Fair question. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Someone maybe asked this question. What question is that, Dan? I don't see a question here. Understanding South refugees and Trump logic, he's evicting criminals and leeches from the U.S. and placing them with honest good food. I don't think that's his logic, but I get your point. Her yes was based on one of your videos. Oh, now I got the context now. Yeah, great. So it's my fault. Oh, God. So if you don't get refugee status and you get divorced, you're gonna blame me. Oh my gosh. USA is 8 times the size of South Africa and 20% bigger than Australia. Yeah, it is a big country. 3rd largest in the world, I think. China and Russia are bigger. Can we have the wedding stream, please? Suspended for 6 weeks from school in New Zealand for beating a boy that was flirting. My son told the school, don't mess with a kid that has done kickboxing. Etienne Rotenera, you've been here for a while. Colonel, one thing that grinds my sciatica is I'm born South African, jobless at the moment, I've had to apply for SASA grant, and then you have Nigerians getting SASA grants. It's not fair. It's not fair. Nigerians shouldn't be eligible, but the government's corrupt. I mean, I reported the story last night that Enji Machek is upset because she's identified a bunch of corruption. Interesting to see an ANC identify corruption. Yes, currently I'm divorcing. I'm asking for my super chat money. Your super chat money will be just like the tourism relief fund. By the time that you justify getting it back, it will be gone. I will have spent it. Who's looking for a Frau? A Flüchtlinge looking for a Frau. Daniel McQueen. See, that's almost like German. Flüchtlinge suchen Frau. Yeah, that would be Flüchtlinge Flüchtlinge sucht eine Frau. Yeah, Colonel, one thing that, okay, yeah, no, I got you, Etienne, I got you. You're not expropriating my bell, Arctic. No, I live under a bridge in the USA anytime. Rory says, thank you for clarifying the base in Botswana. We've been under the impression it was American base around Afghan base. No, I know the rumor's been around. It was a rumor before I ever went to Botswana. And I can tell you why it's a rumor, okay? Because it wasn't hidden, but the U.S. government provided some of the funding to help Botswana build that back in the 1980s. Tebe Botswana. That's the base you're talking about. It's southwest of Gaborone. Been there many times. Yep. But it's not our base. We don't even have a classroom there. Unless they may have gotten something recently that I don't know about, but we never had anything there. Yeah, it's just a long drive from Gaborone, so I didn't go there that often, but I've been there many times. Can you two please live stream the video? Oh, for those guys. You're welcome, Roy. And also to Alan, the gentleman who asked the question. ANC is intending to find... That ain't going to happen, Mildred. How are they going to get the money? They have no authority over those companies. And if they tell them they have to shut down their operations, you'll lose thousands of jobs in South Africa from Google. And it won't go well for South... They just need money. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm a matchmaker. Actually, Reg Dodd, I've already been a matchmaker. Unfortunately, the people who got married later got divorced. So I've already put two people together on this program a few years ago. And when I went to South Africa in August 2022, they were very happy and together. They actually got married, but they were together. I think they were getting married, and they've split. They're no longer together. So I won't say who it is. Yep, already been a matchmaker. So not even my attempt. Marlies. Oh, look, there's the hearts for everybody. Cool. Well done, guys. Old age Afrikaans pickup line, and even then the colonel may not cotton on. Cotton on. There's clothing there. Clothing for little kiddies. Cotton on. Already planning divorce expropriation. Out of experience, I have learned that once you put a ring on, the problems escalate. That's what I was trying to tell him. We've been together for more than 11 years. We have a son together, and we're still in love. I doubt that will happen. Oh, that's that, Teresa. Okay, well, you're the one who gave me a super chat. Well, Teresa, then why haven't you said yes before? Now, see, I'm going to put you on the spot. You opened that door. Teresa, you opened that door. I want to know, why haven't you said yes before? Are you Danish? Are you Australians? Are you anti-Christian? You don't have to answer those questions. Oh my goodness. I'll be back in the States in March for a union at Fort Stewart for our... Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, obviously Army 3275 is a Purple Heart recipient. Correct, Army 3275? I'm not. I got injured, but not wounded. There's, you don't get a Purple Heart for getting injured. Yeah, thank you once again for your service, 3275. People just don't know. Some of the old South African Defense Force veterans who are in here, they know. They've gone through. They've lost comrades. They've been wounded. They've suffered grief. They deal with PTSD, and there's no support for them in South Africa. Putting Teresa on the spot deserves another super chat. Kevin, yeah. I'm liking this. All right, thank you for that. I'll be back in the States in March. That's cool for you being back here. I think some South Africans are suspicious because we've been conditioned to a degree. Well, you're right, critical reviewer, but you've been conditioned going back to the apartheid days. It goes way back. It's not new. Yeah, Kevin, the page does that. It's a YouTube thing. It's been happening a lot lately. Bram, I should go to afford a super chat, become a member, but I can't afford it. Bram, do not super chat. Do not try to become a member. Maybe you'll get lucky and YouTube will give you a membership when somebody buys one. Folks, I've said this many, many times. If you do not have resources, do not super chat. You're already using your data to watch the program. I appreciate that. I'm very grateful for it. Even those who try to troll, really grateful for it. Your participation, not even in chat, just watching the program is awesome. Telling people about my program and trying to help me get more subscribers is awesome. You do me a great service by doing that. You do everybody a great service by doing that. No one should feel compelled to do super chats. Super chats are a way for people to contribute to the program. And there's Teresa, another 70 Rand. Okay, so I think that Kevin is smart because Kevin doesn't have any money. Teresa's got all the money. Kevin, 35 Rand super chat. Seriously? Teresa does 70, brother. I'm okay with live streaming this wedding. We can stream it on this channel because I'm scared of marriage. We have perfect relationship. We're so happy. Okay, Teresa, that's a fair response. You've had a great relationship and you're worried that marriage could change it. That's a good point. That's a good point. I'll accept that answer. Jaden Brown just gave a super chat. I get the subtle hint. I don't have money, but here's a super chat. There's no subtle hint, Jaden. Do not give money if you don't have money because I can't give it back to you. I mean, look, this isn't about making money. Trust me, guys, it's not. I mean, those of you who are rich, you'd better give money. The rest of you don't. I'm sure the vetting process is going to be a full workup for the Trump. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, the vetting is a big issue. It's going to take time to do this stuff. So they may need counterintelligence agents to do the vetting. Kevin, 35 Rand, thank you for that. Don't you know, Colonel, the lady always controls the purse strings. I hear that. Suddenly there aren't any funding available to pay for things that the USCD wasn't even meant for. Hey, Flash Gordon. Flash, savior of the universe. Martin Williams Bernard, are you married, Colonel? Do you have kids? It's a very personal question, and I answer it the same way all the time, Martin. This is not directed at you, but it's because of doxing and because of trolls and because of the atrocious behavior. We've seen people murdered who are YouTube content creators. We've seen people's homes attacked. We've seen government officials. I have always stated that it's nobody's business whether I'm married or not, but I will tell you, I have 13 wives, or 16 wives in 13 African countries, and I have 43 children. I have been single-handedly browning Africa, and I need your super chats because I have to pay for Lobola. So it's pretty expensive. So that's not a snarky response to you, Martin. That's just my answer to everybody. I hope people can appreciate that. If, in fact, I were married, I wouldn't tell you. And the fact that I may not be married would mean I wouldn't tell you, so you can't guess either way. Anyway. Purple Heart and Bronze Star. Okay. Army 3275. And I'm sorry for what you went through serving our nation. And thank you for your service. Charles Van Olsen, here is Kinders and Omensa. And then Jaden Brown says, for the Lobola. Thank you. Dude. What kind of wife can my boy get for 14 Rand? Oh, that's too funny. Applied for military service 3 times, was denied due to pigmentation deficiency. That's terrible, James. That's because it's a jobs program. It's not about, defending the nation. That's your first super chat, Jaden. I didn't realize that. Thank you for that. Thank you. I was feeling guilty by watching and not contributing. No. Mart, oh my God, no. See, this is why I do this periodically. Guys, okay, look. This channel, if there's anybody who's here from the beginning, I think Charles might have been here from the early beginning. Hendo, I think, went to bed because he needs some rest. Arctic was here early on, but I don't remember when Arctic came in. I refused to monetize this channel when it was eligible for monetization. Not the original channel. This one I monetized as soon as it was ready because I was continuing. But the original channel, I refused to monetize it because I didn't do this to make money. And that's the truth. Anybody that's been with me, 3 months. So Arctic, it was around 3 months and I monetized it. I think it was not 3 months, maybe about 5 months in. But I refused to monetize. People are like, we want to monetize. We want to super chat you. We want to have memberships. We want to have all these things, these avatars and these custom. There's another super chat. Kevin, 140. Can we just show some love for the Colonel? Oh, thanks, Kevin. And I refused to, and it's true. I didn't do it to make money. But 2 things happened along the way. people kept insisting, so I gave it a shot. And it made the channel more popular because people actually like super chatting. I super chat on other people's channels occasionally. I did on Ronaldo's channel to wish his mother a happy birthday today. $20, man. I'm out $20. No, anyway, that's dollars, not rand. Anyway, yeah, so it wasn't about that, but I do spend an inordinate amount of time, and I forego a lot of income to do this. Don't feel sorry for me, Argentina. I'm not asking for empathy. But I've always told people, if you don't have the resources, please do not super chat. You don't have to feel guilty. What kills me is a lot of people watch this channel and they don't subscribe. And I get emails. I don't subscribe because I don't make money. Dude, you don't have to pay any money to subscribe. It's free. No, it's free. Just subscribe. That helps me out a lot. Again, you know, some people are like, don't get wrapped up. Don't get wrapped around the axle. John Jarvis here tonight. I'm not picking on John Jarvis, but John Jarvis a few months back, like, quit worrying about your subscribers, man. Why are you worried about that? Because I get an easier audience. I get more guests. Tomorrow I'm being interviewed on business. Why? Because my profile is elevated, the things I'm talking about. Also, they consider me, I think they consider me a good guest. So, but I mean, I get people calling me trying to come on the program because the channel's bigger now and it reaches more people. So, for instance, the video that I did yesterday about AfriForum that has like 70,000 views about their trip here, which nobody knew about. It was released. It was released to some of us journalists. I wasn't the only one. Other people got it. But I happened to be, watching and saw that when it came out. And I put a video out in less than an hour. And so that video has 70,000 views now. AfriForum also said similar things. They did a video on their Solidarity website. And it had like 300 views. So the point is that you can reach an audience. The bigger audience you reach, the bigger it is. It's not about the making the money. Oh, look, I won't deny it. I mean, if some Richie Rich has got lots of money and wants to drop big super chats, I'm not going to complain. When we had the original channel, I had this guy who was a business guy. I think he was involved in mining, but he was in the Emirates. The dude was dropping. He dropped a $500 US dollar super chat one time, a 400, a 300, a 200, another 400. Oh, like, yeah, that was really. I mean, it was a big chunk of what I was making back then when I was actually making money in the original channel. So just because these two lovebirds are hitting the super chat button instead of hitting the sheets doesn't mean the rest of us have to follow. Captain Caprivi, I missed your super chat, but I think I rang the bell. Thank you so much for your super sticker. You're laughing. Okay, thank you. First one, Charmaine. Don't you know, Colonel, the lady? Oh, I'm a little behind there. Okay. Whoa. Come back here. And then Jaden Brown for the bowl of fun. I got that one. Okay. It's a test, a good one. Yeah. Okay. Can you talk cock if you want to? Hey, thank you, Brom. That would be a very good topic for employment letter to the border czar. Not married would have seen the random objects flying him during late live chats. Yeah. That's an assumption. You might be right. You might be wrong. Slow down there, Elon Wyatt. Look, man. 2 songs inspired me. We are the world. We are the children. So let's make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and I. We are the world. We are the children. And then the other one's ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony. Side by side on my piano. Not piano. Piano, keyboard. Oh, Lord, why don't we? Now, that ought to scare your cats away. Oh, I've just been inspired by the songs, man. We're brown in the world, one baby at a time. Thank you for the 140 rand there, Kevin. I already rang for that one. Thank you for the lekker start to a cloudy Thursday. Marlies, you're very welcome. Folks, you know what her surname means? Val. It means vote, choice. Choose, Val. And then, like all the politicians, just all the money started yelling at us. Nope. Nick, you were correct. You were here from the beginning. You guys demanded it. And I ignored it for at least 3 weeks or a month, maybe longer. I didn't even tell you I was eligible initially. People kept asking. Stop spreading honeymoon moolah. Hey, stop stopping my super chats. M is my 100th wife. Wow. Okay. See, I got so mad I didn't even know that. State's conversion rate is going to kill me. Kevin, don't worry about the conversion rate. You'll earn dollars, if you're here. See the stars, the honeymoon experience dropping with heavy super chat. Huggies. Cannot now, but I shall soon, Colonel. I do pray for you and ask for protection. Well, thank you, Nicholas Strydom. Very kind of you. Appreciate your prayers. What did Marius Skepper say? I didn't see that. Kara Rasmus is still here. Okay. Refugee order comes quick. Can you take her to the Bahamas? It's much closer to me. Just email address, and I'll answer all your questions about the Philippines. There you go. Cool. Found out yesterday I won't be allowed to take up refugee status due to my criminal record. What do you mean you found out? Who told you that, Hotfall? I don't know what your criminal record is. And who told you that? We had long conversations about alleged offenses and offenses last night. So it depends on how they adjudicate it. If someone told you won't, unless they're an immigration official, they know what they're talking about. Reino de Beer from Liberty Fighters, his different view on EWC. I don't know him. Away, Charmaine. Trump booting aliens out of their own country is good. After asking for our own homeland, apartheid, go figure. That's not really what they said. You guys sound like my husband and I. Don't quit your day job. Well, thank you, Francois. I appreciate the vote of confidence for my excellent singing voice. You inspire me to not sing ever again. I really appreciate that. You're so mean. So mean. Brian Adams. Brian Adams, oh God. I can't stand Brian Adams. Ever start a karaoke channel? No, not going to happen. I hate karaoke. I've done it one time. I had fun, but I don't like it. Jurgens. Karaoke with the president. Dang it, never. The colonel has 10 ex-wives, 100 kids, lives in the mountains on the highest peak with a little wooden spoon where he's streaming from. Signal up there's great solar panels from mini fridge. Heidi, you've been here. Conde Brun, thank you for your membership. You've been here. Mariska Vissa. Ludwig Hoyer, I love those sing-songs. Okay. Colonel, you stolta. Okay. Chris, I sent you the email, attached the video as well. I'd like to hear what you think about it. All right, Bram, I will go look at this moment. Otherwise, I'll forget very quickly. What is this? Google, Gmail. Let me see. Bram, Chris. This is the video. SANDF General. Oh, I've seen this.
What I'm going to say here, I may be trying.
Yeah, I've seen this. I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen this.
Sampling on some cones, so please pardon me, Premier.
But that's a general, but he's a medical service general. He's in the South African Medical Service. No, I'm familiar with that, Bram. Thank you for that. That's what you're trying to send me. Okay. Robert Zede, yeah, you were in the first channel too. Thank you for that. I'm sorry I didn't see you there, Robert Zede. Guy who sued the government for lockdowns won and fuck all changed. Exactly. Nothing changed. Colonel, how much influence does China have in South Africa? They've arrested 10 spies in the Philippines last 6. China has a lot of influence with the ANC. A lot of influence. They pretty much do what they want in South Africa. Yeah, they do. Good question there. Okay. What's going on over here? This thing is locked up again. Damn it, YouTube. Guys, freaking YouTube drive me nuts, man. Okay, so I've got, oh shoot, why is that not up here? Oh, it's up there. Okay, I got tomorrow's interview up there. So I got an interview early tomorrow. It's with the guy who did the polling stuff. Okay, that's that gentleman is coming on tomorrow. His name is Gabriel Malkin from the Social Research Foundation. Oh dear God. So if anyone's seeing Ama Thun Fush here, you can just block that asshole right now. You can right click and on the radials and block them, okay? So don't get involved with that person. That person is a hate wanking asshole, shithead, fuckwad, fucktwit. So just ignore them. Okay, 2.5 hours. You got to be at a meeting at 8 o'clock. Were you trying to get rid of me, Nick? Heard the human brain is a time bomb improving to become polished. I didn't know that. I'd like to ask something. My husband puts in trackers in cars. Oh, crap. Hang on. He goes for polygraphs regularly, like he's going next week. Do you think the reports of that will help with background check? Probably not, Marissa. They're not going to look at that. But I mean, if he passes polygraphs, he's probably pretty clean then. I mean, I had to do polygraphs. They're easy when you're 20. They're not so easy when you're 50. I mean, you know. So if I'm asked the question, have you ever communicated with a foreign intelligence service? Yes. What? It was my job. You told me to train foreign intelligence agents. You told me to liaison with them. Oh. So, anyway, no, polygraphs, I don't think it's going to have an impact, but I mean, if he's passing polygraphs, he must be an honest guy. So, game over. Enjoyed the stream with Ronaldo last night. Okay. There's rumors that they now are trying to take him out, and I got it with my hope. Check who out, Bram. Yeah, South African Medical Service College. For years, ANC blamed Jan van Riebeeck for all the, now it's Donald Trump. Hey, Edward, how's it going? Records only effective for 5 years, then archive. You can write them if you clear your name after 5 years. There you go. That's okay. Hot Full Bikers, yeah. Yep. Jaden, cool. I wish this refugee program would be published. Yeah, Ron, I wish it would too, because I mean, people are getting angry. Teresa's angry. People getting angry. So. Teresa wants to ask a stupid question. Well, you haven't asked a stupid one yet, so you still have one stupid one left. Okay. Get your question out there because we're going to wrap up here shortly. What's your question, Teresa? I've actually got to go to the loo. You guys mind if I go to the loo? If I get up, her question will be zipped by. I won't be able to find it, so I have to wait for a question. By the way, I've been coming across investment scammers in YouTube vids. Please remove and block them when they... I haven't seen any of that. You'll talk cock for 10 minutes. Father was involved in starting the Afrikaans Protestant Church. That wouldn't count against you. Why would that count against you, Teresa? Why would that count against you? Nope, that's religion. Nope, quicker bathroom break. No, that is not going to have any impact whatsoever. The impact is if you're a criminal. That's if you're a criminal, a serious criminal. I mean, lots of people break the rules and laws, but if you're a serious criminal. One of the best things Trump has done is removing security clearances. Yes, I agree. Yep. Bring an empty 2-liter bottle with you. Yeah, no, this isn't an army operation. I'm not going to sit here and pee in a Coke bottle. All right. I never do this, but I really got to go, guys. So I don't want to shut down the program. So let me just go take a quick leak, okay? Hang tight. You guys can amuse yourself for a minute. I answered Teresa's question. That's what I was waiting on. So let me just turn the camera off and the mic. I'm not going anywhere. So just hang tight. Hang tight. We'll be right back after these announcements from our advertisers. Sorry, guys. With 260 people watching, I was shy. I really couldn't. I couldn't manage it. Yeah. I felt like Austin Powers. Evacuation complete. Evacuation complete. Evacuation. Yeah. Yes. Why did everybody leave, man? They all disappeared because I went to take a loo? Ooh, man, that's just mean. That's just mean. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Johann Barkhausen, did I wash my hands? What do you think? Actually, I always told Kev that when he gets enough money for us to go to Vegas and get married, that's what I'll do. Ooh, Vegas. Yep. Elvis can say to you a little less conversation, a lot more action. Baby shark. No, we're not doing that. All right. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I should get busy working on a few things. Is that the right time? Oh, it's not as late as I thought it was. Okay. Your Wi-Fi keeps dying. I'm sorry to hear that. Spent too much on his super chats today. Honeymoon's over. Oh my goodness. Must be contagious. JP Dragbar. JP's been around here for a long time too. Long time on the channel. Okay. Anyway, Johann Barkhausen. That's a cool name, man. I mean, it's one I've never seen before. And Heidi's singing something there. Never gonna dance again the way I danced you. Oh, that's a great song. The careless whisper of a good friend to the heart and mind. Ignorance is kind. George Michael back in the day. Some great stuff, man. Of course, I mean, I love his songs, but I love Wham too. Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. What a great song, man. He gone before his time too, man. Another one gone before the time. Mandarin. I'm not learning Mandarin. So Masakin. You guys were singing karaoke. That's what was going on while I was gone. Okay. All right. So one thing that I like about the dollar bill, above all, there's this guy we trust. It does say that on a dollar bill. That's correct. I'm not really into country music, Francois van Heerden. It's okay, but I mean, I couldn't tolerate it at all when I was a kid because my mom would play it. The few times we lived with my mom, she'd play this twangy Patsy Cline stuff, and oh God, I hate that stuff. I was more Shania Twain, Alabama, stuff like that. Not a Vince Gill, none of that Garth Brooks stuff. So yeah. Reg, I'm a baby boomer / Gen X. I'm the last of the baby boomers, right on the cusp. I mean, the last week you could be a baby boomer, I was born. Yep, the media's bipolar. That's definitely something. I don't know about bipolar. Yep, 1984. What a great year. Gen X is the best. Shania Twain is fine. Yeah, feel like a woman. Yeah. Oh, Army, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I do. I speak several languages. Ich kenne Deutsch schon seit fast 40 Jahren. Ich habe mich selbst gelernt in Deutschland als Gefreiter. Ich war in Bad Kreuznach stationiert und dann später habe ich Französisch gelernt. Depuis 2000, je connais la langue de français. Depuis longtemps, j'ai appris la langue comme stagiaire. L'école de langue en Californie, l'Institut de la Défense en Monterey. Ouais. And other languages, which I won't get into now. So, yeah. I speak other languages. Yep. Beyonce, I don't like Beyonce's country. I like her other stuff, okay, but not a lot. 6-hold, not 7. Well, I guess you can count Italian, but I don't count that. Okay. Yeah, she was married to a South African, wasn't she? Shania Twain, yep. Awe Masakint sounds funny. Yep. Yeah, why are you guys talking about Neil Diamond all somewhere? Oh, there it is, okay. Just covering. Yeah, guys, I mean, why do you watch it if it pisses you off? Yes, Isaki, many of you do speak 3 languages. Yannicka. I knew somebody named Yannicka. Modern country is okay, yeah. But I'm more of a pop. But I mean, I listen to classical. I said earlier I love Handel's Water Music Suite. Bach is good. I love Queen. Didn't really appreciate them when they were around, though. Elon feeds me headlines on X. Got to go to work. Yeah, I think it's probably time to wrap up, guys. We're approaching 3 hours, so let's wrap it up here. And thank you all for being here tonight. I do appreciate that. And, yep. Just a quick question. How trustworthy is Citizen Concern Media? Okay, Stefan Sten. I don't have a dog in the fight with or against Citizen Concern. I've actually had a conversation with her briefly just recently. I started watching her content when it came out, and it seems to me like there's someone involved. I mean, who's with her that's doing it. It's not just one person, like I'm a one-man shop or Arnaldo's a one-man shop. And there's nothing wrong with that. Very polished, interesting stuff. She's made a few videos recently that people have taken exception to, and she did one that I took exception to. But that's fine. I'm not everything I say people agree with. But, I mean, I just really like the way which she did. It was just... But anyway, yeah, her content seems good, and she's got some interesting takes on it. I don't know if she does it all on her own or if someone helps her, but whatever the case is, the content's pretty good. Yeah, and I've recently been in touch with people have been asking me for ages to, get her on the program. Before her channel blew up, because she has like 80,000 subscribers last time I looked a few weeks ago, when it had almost nothing, I saw one of her videos. I'm like, oh, interesting person. I asked her to come on the program, and I think I just had the bad contact information because I never heard from her. So I sent another message and no response. And my viewers have been asking me to have her on, so I sent her a message a week ago and didn't get a response until, I think it was yesterday, excuse me. It was yesterday. And she responded back and she said, just really busy, not doing interviews right now, because that's kind of what I said. I left the door open. I said, yeah, I don't think you're doing interviews. I think, you might have been on Gareth Cliff once, but I haven't seen you do other interviews. She goes, no, not doing interviews right now, just really swamped. And I said, yeah, well, okay, well, then I'll tell my audience that I've reached you and you're just not available. And she said, yeah, that's fine, but say no, but not never, just not yet. No, not yet. So in other words, sounds like she's willing to come on the program at some point. Yeah, so anyway, that's my take there. I mean, I don't usually talk down content creators or talk them up. Sometimes I talk them up. So anyway, she sounds very interesting. Okay, Stefan. Yeah, no, you could check it out and see if you agree with what she's got to say. That's how it works, man. But thank you all for being here. Be sure to share the content with others. Thanks for being here. It's a smaller audience tonight, but I really appreciate the audience tonight. And even the people trying to troll a little bit. Thank you for that. Today, the 27th, is Majuba Day. Okay, thank you for sharing that. Please add me to your list of wives. Charmaine, I may need a sponsor for not eligible refugee program. Yeah, well, that's one way to get to America, get married. Thank you, Nick. Always good to see you. The Nick has been with us a very long time. Ventura Highway. That's in California. Okay. Some of her stuff is good and honest. Yeah, no, yeah. Die blaue Boel wird nie van verloren. Well, unfortunately, I think you're right this weekend. My Stormers aren't going to pull it out, so you're welcome. Hey, Elizabeth. All right, everybody. Are you broke after payday? I'm sorry to hear that, Kai. That sucks. That sucks. Okay, guys. Cheers. Take care of yourself. I'm not going to play the Colonel's Anthem song tonight, so we'll save that for another time. And I got to work on that interview, finish that one, get it ready to load up, and then I've got to make a short video about that court order because it's confusing people. So I'm going to make a video on that, okay? All right. See you guys later tonight for you guys. Well, I'll be on a couple times. I'll be interviewed, Biz News. That'll be in Biz News at the end of the day. I'll be interviewing the gentleman in the afternoon, and then I'll be doing my news program. So busy day ahead. Cheers, everybody. Thank you, Isak. Bye-bye.